My name is James Rowlands, and in 2015 I started the WNR podcast with my friend
Dan White. And every month we bring you the latest collections, newest content, 205 Live and the crown jewel of the WNR NXT update.
Also each month the latest pay-per-views, and we are live not only for the Big Four but every takeover as well.
Plus, in 2019, we go back 20 years and witness the Attitude Rise and the WCW's demise.
Until we've watched everything, we are with you, and we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always I'm joined by
Dan White.
And today it's the WNR 215, and it's WWE NXT's Takeover New York. Now, we've had all the live build-up, and we bring you the actual event itself, but before we do anything, let's start with the alternate intro. New York, I love you, but you're bringing me down. Like a rat in a cage pulling minimum wage. New York, I love you, but you're bringing me down. New York, you're safe and you're wasting my time. My records all show you're filthy but fine. But they shuttered your stores when you opened the doors to the cops who were bored once they run out of crime. New York, you're perfect. Please don't change a thing. Your male billionaire male's now convinced he's a king. So we are, of course, still in New York, and we're ready here. And, of course, at every pay-per-view takeover, we have the bonus league in effect, or the year-end prediction. No, what the fuck would we call it?
Bonus league.
Yeah, the bonus league in effect. Dan, will you tell us about it?
Yes, we have 3 leagues. We've got a WWE pay-per-view league, we've got an NXT pay-per-view league, and we've got a bonus points as well. And currently, James, you're winning 3-1 at the pay-per-views. Bonus, you're winning 22-20. And NXT, I'm winning 2-1. So NXT is kind of my forte. I think I absolutely creamed it last year. I think I only got one NXT pay-per-view wrong. Are you feeling confident about challenging and trying to take my NXT crown?
Well, Dan, you could be confident if you want, but, we shall see what happens. But what better way to start than with the opening promo?
Since its arrival, NXT has been destined to take over.
It is here that dreams can become possibilities.
The gold standard in sports entertainment, returning to Barclays Center.
NXT history is being made.
A 2 out of 3 falls mega main event.
Johnny Gargano against... The winner will walk into the history books as the new
NXT champion.
And as we pay homage to the past,
Ricochet and Aleister Black win the Dusty Cup, and they will challenge War Raiders for the NXT Tag Team titles.
it's the diversity of competition.
The roster will no longer stand for the tyranny of Shayna Baszler.
I don't care if it's Kyrie, Bianca, or Io. I'm ready.
That creates a worldwide appeal.
NXT UK belongs to me.
Peter,
It's Walter!
your time is up.
And with opportunity around every corner,
There's only one man who deserves to rule the world. And that man is Adam Cole, baby.
a new road to destiny can be forged.
I fight for everyone who's ever been told their dream will not come true. Because this place is my life!
Are you ready?
With every championship on the line,
Bro.
The dream is not your bro.
I want to get a closer look at that North American Championship.
who will fulfill their destiny?
At Takeover New York, I will become NXT Women Champion.
And lead NXT
That dream begins tonight.
Into the next chapter.
On the biggest stage of them all, Takeover New York.
So, Dan, what you thought was that? A bit of history. We saw stuff from 2015 and that happened in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it was kind of focusing on the new NXT champion. Will it be Adam Cole, baby? Or will it be Johnny freaking Wrestling?
And this is the thing, it's interesting, you know, talk about NXT champions that have been there. Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre, of course, and other champions like Oscar, you know, but it should be an interesting night because it's got Mauro Ranallo, Percy Jackson / Watts, and Nigel McGuinness on commentary. Nigel McGuinness! And we start off with the tag team titles like we did at the last takeover. We hear the sounds of war. Do you like this entrance? It's pretty cool, actually, I think. It's different.
Well, it seemed like they climbed up through the stage out of the mist. They look set for war.
And it is going to be a war here tonight against Ricochet. Of course, Aleister Black, and we saw the Dusty Tag Classic, and we watched the final on our live show. And of course, it's a hard road to hoe to get here, and the War Raiders stand in the way of Ricochet and Aleister Black becoming NXT Tag Team Champions. The storyline has been quite good, though, even though War Raiders, we want to see a little bit more of them, don't we, you know?
We do, yeah, you know. We know they're super over with the fans. We know they're indie darlings, but what can they actually bring to NXT? And hopefully tonight we'll get that question answered.
Alright, so without further ado, before we get the entrance of Ricochet and Aleister Black.
No, James, before you sing Ali B's entrance, because I used to sing it and I used to do a very beautiful rendition. It used to bring tears to James's eyes.
Tear to my eye!
And, you know, I've had to stop because it was straining my vocal cords. But, James, you have taken my mantle from me and you are doing it very well.
Thank you.
But without further ado, prediction-wise, and it's me going first, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Well, James.
Oh, let's open up for predictions.
Mine was in 3 envelopes, sorry. But yes, James, I have gone for not new champions, the Fridge Raiders. I think it's going to be a very good final swan song for Ali B and Ricochet, and it's going to make the War Raiders look strong, beating such an accomplished and an over team as Ricochet and Ali B.
Completely agree with you, and that's why I've gone War Raiders as well. I think one thing that's changed, you talk about how good you were last year. One thing for me that's changed this year is no more silly changes. If it's like that, look, if it looks like a duck and it cracks like a duck, it's going to be a duck. And Ricochet and Black are going to go up to the main roster. We know this. They've already said goodbyes in NXT as well. And I think that's a good thing, you know, like they're going to put the War Raiders over in what will be a cracking match as well, you know.
Indeed, yes. And hopefully this will firmly stamp the War Raiders in NXT folklore. But we're enjoying the entrance of Ricochet, the one and only high-flying machine, as he poses in the middle. But it's quite a weird setup because we've got face team going against the face team. We've got Matt Riddle going against Velveteen Dream, who is also a face.
Technically got 3 faces in the Women's Championship match as well. So when you put it all together, good guys going against each other here tonight. But here comes Aleister Black, possibly for the final time at an NXT takeover. No more singing.
Well, James, for one final time, sing it loud, sing it proud. Give us your final NXT rendition.
Nobody quite makes an entrance like Aleister Black there. That is pretty gosh darn cool, Dan.
That is awesome. And from the very beginning, it's just pretty much everything about Aleister Black I have liked.
Yeah. I got to say, it's true, and I jumped on that bandwagon as well. He is one cool motherfucker, and it's going to be horrible to see the main roster fuck him up, basically, because Aleister Black, on. Do you know what I would love to see? And don't get me wrong, I love Bobby Roode and everybody like this, but an Aleister Black like he was or like he is versus Nakamura in NXT, those two men great. Do you know what I mean? That kind of. I feel like with Black, he's so at home. The crowd, he's got that love. You know, the crowd love him no matter what.
Well, you know, I'd like to see him have another very good match against Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah.
You know, Bobby Roode. You know, the likes of them. I think be able to have some very good matches.
Yeah. I think he's really part of the kind of golden generation. The kind of I know Gargano and Ciampa's story's been great, but when you talk about those kind of, you know, the four who have kind of moved on now with CN involved as well, the kind of classic matches they were having, you know, and I think it's good to look back and with Ricochet to get up to the main roster, even though he's not accomplished what I thought he would in NXT, just not had enough time. You know, he's been moved up so quickly.
I just hope they don't relegate him to 205 Live.
I hope not either. But you hear a huge NXT chant as this match starts, so the crowd is definitely ready for this.
I'm ready for this.
Yes. Let's start the action now. We've talked about it long enough, haven't we? So here we go. Rose starting with Aleister Black. A collar and elbow tie. Dan, what keys to victory in this one? What are War Raiders keys to victory in this one?
Well, I think Ali B and Ricochet, they need to use what got him there. You know, Ricochet, I think he was kind of being used as the fall guy for the tag team during their qualifying matches and the final in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And then Ali B was getting the hot tag in, coming in and cleaning house. But I think, you know, they need to kind of save Ricochet, save his legs, because I think outrunning and outpacing what the War Raiders have to offer, I think that is probably going to be the key to beating them.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing as well. They are a great tag team against two great individuals, but as we see now, it's a chance for Hanson and Rowe to show that they belong, you know, and as we see in the early going with the chain wrestling, Rowe having the advantage, the crowd appreciate it, and it shows that he might be an equal singles-wise as well if it wasn't to be part of this team.
Also, Rowe and Aleister Black, they seem quite pretty evenly matched. Hanson and Ricochet.
And Black showing what he could do. And there's a lot of mutual respect here from both teams.
Both heavily tattooed as well. Mutual respect. They spud each other. Oh, Ricochet tags himself in. Hanson tags himself in.
Well, we saw a fist bump. I don't know if we can see this now, but classic big man versus little.
Well, we might see a big fist of Rowe bump off the head of Ricochet. And Ricochet trying to deep arm drag takedown, but Rowe just too big and too powerful. Ricochet doing everything he can to evade him. Oh. Lovely head scissors takedown, nip up by Ricochet. Drop kick sends him to the outside, tags in Ali B again.
Yeah, take advantage whilst you can, you know. Hanson's in, but gets stopped by Black. Rowe's in, gets stopped by Black. Flip Black jumps over the top and throws Rowe to the outside.
Black springboards back. And both men just sit in the middle of the ring. Ricochet, look at the smile on his face.
Yeah, he loves it. And the crowd loves it as well.
And they don't know who to cheer for, so they're just cheering for the brand that all four men are on. And a lovely back roll by the War Raiders. All four men having a stare off, and they're like, anything you can do, we can do just as well.
Oh, Black blast Hanson. And now Rowe caught between Ricochet and Black.
Managing to fight Ricochet off. Over one, under Ricochet. And a lovely tandem offense by the two.
They got Hanson whipped to the corner.
Gets his feet up. Sits on Black. Scoop slam for Ricochet. Tags in Rowe. Who picks up Hanson. And just slams him onto the much smaller Ricochet. These two guys know how to clear a ring. Rowe turns his attentions back to Ali B.
I don't think we're going to see Ricochet for a while now. And War Raiders definitely bringing it in the early going.
Bit of a tale of the tape between these two teams. Combined weight, War Raiders £552 compared to Ali B and Ricochet's £403.
Fucking hell.
Signature move from the War Raiders, it's the fall out. From Ricochet and Ali B, it's the 630 splash and the black mass kick. I'll let you decide which one does which. Tag team accolades, NXT Tag Team Champions for the War Raiders. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners for Ricochet and Ali B. Records as a team, 7-0 for the Raiders, 9-2 for Ricochet and Ali B. So both have won 7.
So that's quite interesting to see which way it's going to go, and Black was in a bit of trouble, but he managed to kick Hansen into row and tag in Ricochet. He's been flying around with a Hurricane Runner, and now he's going to springboard his way back in, and now standing Shooting Star goes for the cover, but Romo did a kick out. And now Ricochet's got a submission. He's showing he can do different things.
It's a bit more of an evener match for Ricochet going against Rowe.
Yeah, they've got to try and keep the smaller man maybe in, make quick tags. Like we maybe haven't seen Ricochet and Black do that much because they've been on the defense majority of matches.
With Black running right through Rowe, goes for the cover, but only a 1 count.
1. I've got a feeling there's a beach ball in the crowd.
So we know the origins of the abdominal stretch, but James, do you know any origins of the shoulder stretch?
Well, weirdly enough, Wilbur Schneider's brother came up with that move.
What was his name?
Ted Schneider. That's a bit annoying that the crowd's actually getting involved in something else.
And just after we was bigging them up during the live show, saying they are probably one of the best crowds going, they're chanting for someone deserving something, probably getting kicked out for having a beach ball.
Probably maybe had like a Hall of Benoit full Hall of Fame or something like that. Maybe. I mean, but what kind of sick monster would?
Oh, James, that is just wrong. I don't even know why he brought up that animal, that monster, that wrong'un.
What T-shirt's worse would be an Enzo Moro T-shirt or a Chris Benoit T-shirt? Literally, see now.
We'd have to do a poll. And not a Polish
Not
woman.
a poll, no. Well, Alistair Black is in the ascendancy, but Hansen folds him over and then a knee to the face.
Rose in the vicinity for a tag, so is Ricochet. Oh, he just completely throws Ricochet over his shoulder, slams him down to the mat, flying cross body, taking the breath out of Ricochet's lungs. The manhandles Black, throws him into the corner. Now he's got a member of the team in opposing corners. Splash to Ricochet, splash to Ali B.
And as Hansen's doing it, he's actually building momentum as well. Getting faster every time. Ricochet's caught down now. I mean, he must have done that at least 10 times.
At least 14 times. Throws Ali B into Ricochet, who throws him over the top. Ricochet catching Hansen in midair. Throws him over his head for like a T-bone suplex.
Fucking hell.
Very impressive from Ricochet.
It's like a fall away slam, just like, lob him over the head, yeah. And it just shows you, we talked about Hansen's agility, but the thing is Ricochet's got the strength as well, so maybe they are evenly matched.
Ali B in the corner, gets tagged in by Ricochet.
And
both of these men have spent.
Talk about a story told. They even look at each other like, alright, another round. Maybe the last.
Do you think the respect they had early on in this match has gone now?
I bet they're sick of the sight of each other.
But with each strength, it seems like it's psyching each man up.
Well, you always said that about Alistair Black, though, didn't you?
Yeah. He gets stronger as the match goes. Oh, and now the striking comes into it. Ali B with a combination. Rowe jumping over the leg sweep. Ali kicks him with a side kick. Springboard, but gets caught with a knee to the jaw.
Well, the knee got blocked early. Didn't get blocked this time, but Black responds.
With a huge knee to the jaw. Both men, legs buckled. Bloody hell. German suplex with a bridge out. Only gets a 2 count.
2.
And that was one of the most beautiful Germans I've ever seen since Alex Wright's dong.
Hey, yeah.
This is wonderful, yeah.
God, and the crowd now fully focused on this match, I feel.
Black gets pushed into the corner. Ricochet gets a tag in. Rowe tags in Hansen, who does his cartwheel. Ricochet with a roly-poly. And now both men ducking each other. Oh, but Ricochet gets the last word with a kick to the head.
And now Hansen looks like he's going to fall over. Handspring elbow by Ricochet. Goes for the kick.
Ducks it. Looks for his own. Catches Ricochet with a handspring back elbow. 1, 2. Oh. But Ricochet managing to kick out. But anything Ricochet can do, Hansen can do just as well.
Honestly, incredible there by Hansen.
I'd like to see him do a 630 splash off the top line.
Yeah. What a great match. And Hansen on the second rope, looking to finish Ricochet. No!
Was going to go forward, turns round, looking to go back, looking to go to the top.
Oh.
Ricochet, fortunately enough for him, cuts him off.
And now Ricochet, everything he's got, just trying to fight out the corner even.
Rolls through, looking for a DDT. Hansen drags him back to the corner though, gets a tag into Rowe, who throws him into the running knee, springs Ricochet back into the corner.
Oh, Black taken off the apron by Hansen, who's picked up by Rowe.
Splashed into Ricochet.
And
Ricochet gets thrown into Rowe. Springboard clothesline into a German. Ricochet's hung up to dry.
That's done. One, two. Oh!
Ali B with a double foot stomp off the top, taking out Hansen, breaking up the pinfall attempt.
The crowd on the feet. What a credible move that was. We see a replay. Yeah, just a 300-pounder, springboarding off that second rope there. The diver clothesline, the double pin, and Black. There's a fight forever. Maybe this is the return of tag wrestling in a big way. But Hansen stops Black. Oh!
Looking for a pop-up something or other, but Ali B managing to hit the double knees to the chest of Hansen. Swings over the top rope. Moonsault takes him out.
Lands on his feet beautifully. And
Rowe looking to go flying. Suicide dive. Takes out Black.
I was about to say he was taunting him, but now Hansen.
Ricochet unsteady on his feet.
Oh my God.
Fucking hell. Handspring corkscrew over the top. And Rowe's out. All four men looking very spent.
Oh fuck off.
Shit.
No.
Hansen's climbing up the top rope. All three guys fighting.
Here comes the big man.
Senton off the top. All four guys laying out on the floor.
You think about even when you do the live show, you think, oh, you're going to talk this up too much. And again, it just...
We haven't talked it up enough.
No, incredible, isn't it? Hansen just, that's it, Swanton.
Why the fuck not?
Oh, referee counting.
Oh, but Rowe and Ricochet making it in before the count of 10. That was intense.
Yeah.
I love that.
I really thought, oh no, not a cheap finish like that.
You know what I want to see after this match? Whoever wins, a massive show of respect.
Yeah, show your hands, man. And Ricochet blocking
Rowe
with everything he's got.
Blocking and ducking, hitting him with everything he has. Yay punches in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, looks that way. And now an uppercut.
Upper what?
But Rowe catches Ricochet.
Hip toss, but Ricochet lands on his jaw, tags in Ali. Takes out Hansen on his way into the ring.
Well, yeah, maybe near Rowe with everything he's got, trying to fight off Black.
And again, the two man that started this match. Black mass kick. Drops Rowe where he stands. Tags in Ricochet.
Oh, no. Ricochet going up.
6:30 splash. Black's on security detail.
Going for the cover. 1, 2.
Oh. Hansen pushing Black in to break up the count. Oh, Ricochet looking to set Rowe up for another 6:30.
And he's looking to win the NXT tag title.
Oh, no. Hansen drags Rowe out of the ring.
Talk about saving your partner, but Black up on that second. Oh.
But Hansen ducks Black's moonsault attempt, throws Rowe back into the ring.
We hit with a huge clothesline, and Black's down now, and Hansen is being fantastic tag wrestler, throwing Rowe in. Get the tag. Oh.
But Ricochet catching Hansen with a big boot as he makes his way into the ring. Ducks a spinning heel kick. Gets caught by both men. Pop-up power slam.
Hansen with a suicide dive outside to Black. And now Hansen going up. Rowe's got rid.
Fallout. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Wow. I mean, you talk about a match. I mean, how can you not award that 5 out of 5 for what it did in the end? You know what I mean?
It had everything.
It's got to be 5 out of 5. I'm sorry, but it started off with that. Like, how's it going to follow that? Even if what Pete Dunne afterwards, the crowd's not going to be into it, even though we're going to try to be. Incredible by both teams there. War Raiders showed beyond a shadow of a doubt how good they are, and we're sorry they're not getting used as much, and that's the problem as opposed to what talent they are. Two guys who I absolutely love, you know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, War Raiders definitely deserve to be NXT champions, NXT tag champions. I see exactly what all the hype is about that was following them around before they came to NXT. Yeah, you know, they're an absolute great tag team. Hanson especially, props to him for a big guy. He is so fucking agile. It is unbelievable. And Rowe, he's a brilliant in-ring performer. I love that opening start between him and Ali B. You know, they was both kind of one-upping each other, and that big show of respect as well. It was absolutely brilliant.
But this is the thing, isn't it? It's a story told, isn't it? And the beauty of professional wrestling, even though you know it's a foregone conclusion that War Raiders are going to win, there was still a point in that match after the Black Mass kick, and you thought, well, hang on a fucking minute here. Hanson's not around. They're going to get it done. And you still like, oh, fucking... And that is, I think, the beauty. That's why I enjoy professional wrestling so much sometimes, when you can see an incredible counter like that. Fantastic. A point each for us. We start off, and it is 1-1 as we head into our next match. But, I mean, follow that. You know, it's unbelievable. And the War Raiders still in the ring here, and it's Dan going to...
And the War Raiders are offering their hand to Black and Ricochet to help him up. Huge handshake and a hug in the middle of the ring. Is this the War Raiders heel turn?
Yeah. Ooh. Well, there you go. You want to see it, and there is. You know, these two guys definitely, at least 4 men definitely brought it. And the Black and Ricochet's last takeover, you know, fair play to them.
Well, I hope we see him again soon. That was about Sunday night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, we will see Ricochet.
And they give him the War Raiders salute, laying the titles down.
Fair play to that, sign of respect. 4 great guys there, and what a moment as well at Takeover.
Indeed, yes, it's absolute great match, and just the show of respect after as well was absolutely perfect. Yeah, let's save that to 4.
Have Matt Riddle come out so no one cares, bro. Because Sheed going to be in the crowd, I think. Well, fair play to Black and Ricochet. 2 of your favourites gone from NXT, Dan. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
I just hope they don't get buried in WWE. I hope they don't get lost in the shuffle. I hope they get the respect that they deserve. And Ricochet, look how you can see the emotions getting to him as well. You know, he loves NXT.
He's not been there for long, has he? But he's really taken to it, and they've taken to him. And everybody on their feet here. What a moment.
But, you know, especially with Ricochet and having met him in person, he's a genuine nice guy.
And you talk about professional wrestling, what's the strongest brand? Well, look at NXT right now.
Look what NXT means to Ricochet. And a huge show of respect for them. It is their swan song. It was their swan song, and the way these guys went out as well.
And I'll tell you what, I can't remember last time a talent got this kind of, not ovation, but kind of moment to do this. Because usually you're on your losing end and you're on your way out, aren't you? I know a few people did. Maybe Oscars the last time they had a proper celebration that way.
Yeah.
Let's hope they win the fucking tag team titles now, you know what I'm saying? That's how good they've been.
No, but absolutely perfect ending to a perfect match. I mean, the match was flawless. There was no fuck-ups. There was no lulls in the action. It was constant all the way throughout.
Yeah, there wasn't kind of like, maybe one submission in it, a couple of submissions.
Yeah, but it was full-on finger on the pulse. I mean, how long was the match on for? About 10, 12 minutes?
And we see Johnny Gargano backstage getting ready for his biggest match of his career. Will he finally become NXT champion here tonight? And speaking of championships, everything on the line. And look who's in the crowd.
Piper Niven and Tony Storm.
2 of NXT UK's best. Well, up next is the North American Championship. And it's going to be the Velveteen Dream going against Matt Riddle. And let's have a look at the promo.
Bite my tongue, bite my
Velveteen Dream, NXT's Prince, without the crown.
Whoever wins this tournament, you get to challenge a champion of your choice.
Nothing could stop Velveteen Dream, and his next experience could be one that puts gold around his waist.
The Dream wants you.
February 20th, NXT Full Sail University. It was all but a dream.
Purple Rainmaker!
You should see me.
Another reign begins!
The Velveteen Dream is your new NXT North American champion.
Bro, I want to get a closer look at that North American championship.
The Dream is not your bro. Here's a reminder, the spotlight belongs to me.
When he won the North American championship, I saw my opportunity.
What have you done to get the Dream's attention?
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist because he loves to be in the spotlight, and he knows if he's in the ring with me, he's in the biggest spotlight of them all.
The Dream just had to know what's all the hype about. So the Dream came. Front row and center. And Matt, you didn't disappoint the Dream. No, you did not. That's why the Dream gave you the biggest highlight of your NXT career. Dream said your name.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and the man who gets to journey to Takeover New York to face your Velveteen Dream, Matthew Riddle.
You know, he might be a dream, but I think the bro is his nightmare. I want to beat the best in the world, and Dream is one of the best in the world, but he's not the best in the world. I think he can be better, and he's focused too much on the experience.
Matt Riddle, you are a poser because you want to pose with the Velveteen Dream's North American Championship, and that was not a pose. At best, Photoshop. Takeover New York. The original bro finds himself looking up, no, not at the bright lights of New York City, but the spotlight that is the NXT North American Champion.
I'm going to be the one with my hand raised, wearing the crown as the North American Champion.
Dream over.
Whoa. So as Matt Riddle comes out here, Dan, what do you thought of the promo?
Well, you know, it started with Velveteen Dream winning the World's Tournament. It was NXT going against 205 Live, going against NXT UK. And it was 5 of the best? Question mark. He won that. Instead of going for the main title in NXT, he chose to go after Johnny Gargano and capture his North American Championship. He did so successfully. Matt Riddle wanted a Team Dreams title. He said, well, the spotlight is on me. Clicked his fingers, turned the bro light off, and just had it shining on himself. But Riddle had Velveteen Dream's attention at that point. He sat front row and centre for his match against Conor Reeves and said, look, you know, you deserve a match against him. Don't know why he fucking gave him that. But here it is now. And both men trading barb. And, yeah, you know, Matt Riddle's got himself a match.
No, he's got himself the biggest takeover match yet. You know, he's been feuding with people like Cassius Ohno, and now he's got to step up with someone like the Velveteen Dream. It should be interesting. Riddle's coming out here. Not a huge response as we wait for the Dream, of course, to come out. And prediction-wise, it is my turn now to go first. And, well, you know how much I do. I mean, it's not a surprise, really. So, this one I have gone for Matt Riddle.
Oh, my, that must have... I can see the tears on the page as you wrote that.
Yeah.
Well, James, I have gone for...
Good. At least we've gone...
Matt Riddle.
Look at this. It's the Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Dream. The Dream of Liberty. The Velveteen of Liberty.
The Velveteen of Dream Liberty. I mean, the Dream is so fucking out there, man. I'm surprised they're still... Well, all this stuff, but he's ready for action on his throne. Of course, he is champion as well. Matt Riddle's going to win this one because the Riddle and the Dream can lose and still be alright. We've talked about that before. What are your reasoning?
Yeah, same as that. I mean, you know, we've seen Velveteen Dream losing a few times and, you know, losing the big one as well. Just look how over and how glamorous he still is, even though I think he's lost more takeovers than he's actually won.
Yeah, without a doubt, you know, the Dream is a character that the crowd definitely can get behind because he's, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, and again, you know, if you go back to his match with Aleister Black, despite losing the match, he still earned Ali B's respect and our respect along with it, and the fans' respect. So, yeah, you know, he definitely deserves to be here.
And it's going to be an interesting matchup because their styles are so different as well, you know. So let's hope it can be entertaining. Of course, the Dream is built for stages like this, though, anyway. Just so flamboyant. And the outline as well, it's just so cleverly done. Yeah, Matt Riddle's an MMA guy as well, so you don't have him like first title match and he'd lose it, otherwise it doesn't make any sense, does it? So you're going that way. He's not CM Punk. I had a dream CM Punk won an MMA fight. Well, Riddle jumps over the top, getting into Dream's face, but there will be no mind games here, and both these men are very eccentric individuals, shall we say. Let's not forget, he made his appearance at Brooklyn to show his arrival for NXT. And keys to victory in this one as well. I mean, Dream's got to avoid the Bro Mission. I think that's a very dangerous move. I think Riddle can strike out strike in many different positions. And I think that could be a problem for the Dream.
I think the Dream has to get inside Matt Riddle's head and try and put him off his game. He has to try and outthink a stoner, which isn't hard.
Yeah, exactly. They're fucking idiots, Dan.
They are complete morons.
Yeah. Well, the crowd is still into it, though. Fair play to them. Chanting Velveteen, and what's the Dream doing? Are we ready for action? We're going to see a bit of respect?
Is Velveteen Dream going to fist Matt Riddle?
And Dream saying, no, fuck it, let's go. Let's go, Karate Kid. And this is not great. Dream should not go against Riddle in his style. But again, maybe it's part of mind games.
Yeah, throw him off his game.
But those calf kicks aren't going to help. Well, it takes maybe 3 or 4 strikes, and that leg's done.
And Velveteen, maybe I will fist you in the middle of the ring.
Fair play to him. Double fist, and he's going to go single leg takedown, but it's stopped by Riddle. He goes on the back and now takes down the Dream, and this could be it if Dream's not careful. He's going to go for the Kimura lock, but Dream getting to his feet, managing to block it.
Throws Riddle against the ropes, who bounces off and keeps hold of that arm.
And now if he turns it round, Dream could be in serious trouble.
No, Dream against the ropes. Riddle has to break. I think with Velveteen Dream, though, is, you know, we say he likes to get in the mind of his opponents. Matt Riddle, it looks like the lights are on, but no one's at home.
Yeah, no, that's actually true.
Huh?
Yeah.
He's too stupid to know that he's getting played.
Yeah, Battle of Wits, fighting on our man. Well, there we go. Maybe the Dream's going to try and out-wrestle Riddle in a weird way.
Well, Velveteen Dream has got a lot more experience wrestling than Riddle has.
And now it smells nice. Going to go for the armbar. And I got to admit, when it looks good, it looks good. And Riddle just showing how strong he is.
He'll manage to turn everything around.
But I think what's vital in this one, I think the Dream knows as well, Riddle has to beat Dream. Dream doesn't have to beat Riddle. Yeah. He can walk out with his championship if he so wants. You know, I know he's a man, but like, you know, if he thinks enough's enough, it's Riddle's job to get it done. Yes! There you go, serves him right.
After the toes of Riddle, stamping on his foot, side headlock, and just shoulder blocks him down, goes for the cover, but only a 1 count.
1.
Rolls through for another cover. A 1 again.
1.
Roll up for a 3rd. This time he gets 2.
2.
1 more time and he might get a 3.
And it's a win-win situation for me. I either get a point or Riddle loses, so it's all good. And the old-fashioned back rake.
Do you know what? I think Matt Riddle could have a half-decent match against Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be too bad. Styles would work well. And now a gut wrench by Riddle.
Who said about AJ Styles?
Got Dream down. And now picking him up again.
Rolls through, looking for the bro trick.
Reminds me of Jack Swagger. And he's showing his strength.
Oh, but Velveteen rolling through. A lovely drop kick. Straight on the chin. Huge back elbow to the charging in Riddle. Double axe handle smash off the top.
He's so retro in what he does with the Dream. It makes it work for this generation. Another double axe handle smash. Macho will be pleased.
Oh yeah, dig it.
There's a tree.
I'm going to hit it.
And again, the Dream taking Riddle out the ring now.
What's Stephanie McMahon and Macho Man and a tree got in common?
What?
Macho Man hit them both.
Hey. And now he can Dream off the top with a double axe smash. No, Riddle catches him. German suplex onto those mats. And Dan, how thin are those mats?
Those mats are mere millimetres thick. They're just wafer thin over concrete.
And Dream felt the full force of that. Now Matt Riddle showing a bit of an aggressive side here that we've not seen before.
He'd cave his puny little runt chest in.
And a few chops to the chest of the Dream. Collapsing VD down.
Oh, senton straight on the hip of Velveteen Dream.
It's called the Broton.
A senton straight on the Broton of Velveteen Dream.
Oh my God, now the prop.
The E Honda style slaps to the chest. Rolls through to a Brole kick.
And now sent the Dream into the Brawner. Oh my God, brawl arm. And now Riddle might be feeling it. Gonna go. Moonsault. No, lands on his feet.
Turns it into a running senton. Bounces off the ropes and a kick to the jaw.
Dream might be out. 1, 2.
No.
Oh.
Dream managing to kick out.
And
it has been all Matt Riddle.
And he's going for Bro Mission. Dream's going on his trying to lay down front, but now exposing his arm.
Has Riddle got it locked in? No. Dream locking his hands together. Trying to think he can to fight it. Searching for that bottom rope with his feet. Finally gets there.
And now look at the kicks by Riddle on the break.
We prefer Enzo.
Well, Riddle now maybe showing a bit of aggressive side in the crowd. Don't really like it, trying to get the Dream back into it.
Velvetino is standing switch and a snap German. Riddle bounces straight up to his feet. Running knee to Dream.
And he's got him up.
Broplex. 2. Oh, only a 2 count though.
2. Didn't hook the leg.
Inexperienced Matt Riddle there.
Well, it is. And I tell you what, I think you're right. The way things is going at the moment, Dream might sneak out of it with that championship.
Another senton.
He likes that move, doesn't he? Going
only
for cover.
1 count though.
Oh, 1. Maybe there's a lot more left in this match than we think.
I don't see how it can be classed as the original bro, because I'm sure there was bros before him.
And now the Dream with now Riddle with a strikes on a break. And the crowd definitely don't like this. And maybe he may be showing a little bit of attitude, a little bit Healy.
Well, he's strutting around like he's cock of the walk.
And he's been dominating.
Do you think Riddle might get himself disqualified?
Well, it might look like that. Oh my God, Dream though avoids the strike, now going for the sleeper.
With the $1 million Velveteen Dream.
Oh, but Riddle blocks it.
Flips Velveteen over, rolls him up. Oh, but Dream managing to kick out.
And
got a triangle locked in.
And the thing with Riddle does, he uses the ropes to help him. And the Dream might be out now.
You could see the Dream sneaking a victory here, like getting a quick roll-up pin or something like that.
Definitely see it. And now look at the Dream picking up Riddle.
Who lands on his feet. Ripcord knee.
And the GTS German suplex. 1, 2. No!
No, Dream managing to kick out.
And the frustrations for Matt Riddle.
What are fucking dots on his cheek? It looks like
no
a
idea.
cunt.
I know he looks like a cunt. Oh, Riddle cannot believe it. Frustration's boiling over. Can't put the Dream away. And huge kicks just collapsing the Dream every time. It's almost like he's playing with him. The crowd don't like it and he's talking trash. And the Dream won't quit, but he's shown his toughness now.
Getting psyched up by the kicks to the chest. Telling Riddle to bring it on.
Oh my God.
He's hulking up. You! Catches a kick. Punches to the face. Come on, Dream.
Huge combination. Irish whip. No, Riddle stops himself.
Big boot. Drop the...
Picking him up. Slamming him down.
Eliminates him from the Royal Rumble. Dream going up top.
Well, he's unsuccessful with it earlier, but now it might pay off.
Double axe handle. Smash. Takes down Riddle. Nearly falls into the crowd against Barricade.
Well, the Dream's alive for the North American Championship.
Boom. Famouser.
Well, the Dream couldn't put Riddle away there, but now he might be going up. Looking maybe for that purple Rainmaker. But he's letting Riddle recover.
He comes charging in towards the corner. Velveteen saw it coming. Took a step back. Oh, but gets caught with a knee off the top.
And that knee's so dangerous. Now the Dream. As he picks up the Dream. But Dream might have been playing possum.
Hello, possum. Code breaker.
1, 2.
Oh. Riddle just managing to kick out.
But this might give the Dream a chance to go up.
Riddle sitting up. Being defiant. Running knee. But Riddle catches it. Ankle locked in.
We're paying homage to obviously Kurt Angle. That ankle is folded up. And look how the bend and the twist of the leg.
I think he's using the MMA ankle lock as opposed to the Olympic ankle lock.
And the Dream now using the boot, but it gets caught.
Well, Riddle grabs the other leg and gets that one into the ankle lock. Dream doing everything he can to fight out. Ducks a kick, rolls him up. Oh no, Riddle rolls through. Catches Dream, but Dream lands on his feet, delivers a super kick.
Oh no, he's going to look for the spinning DDT. And Riddle Riddle's streak may be over if the Dream can put him in position.
Rolls him up. We're going to see the Dream Valley Driver. Hits its mark. Now Dream going up top.
Caught submission. Like Basler, innit? Here comes Dream off top, and Riddle catches him in the submission. And
can he get it locked in?
Dream's fighting it. Dream is fighting it with everything he's got, with a bad arm and all. And he finally does break it.
Throws Riddle jaw first against it.
Oh my God, Riddle catching the Dream on the outside. No, he can't.
Deadlifting Dream.
Oh my God.
Holding him up like an accordion.
I don't know if Dream's alive. Where's Matt Riddle going? He's going up. Oh!
Corkscrew shooting star goes for the cover.
1, 2, 3. Oh!
Velveteen managing to kick out.
Alright, fair play. Fair play there. We thought it was job done. Oh my God, and again another false finish. That was incredible. Dream literally got folded up like an accord, like flying out of a moving auto vehicle.
No JR lines, please.
And now the Dream calling Riddle on.
Wow, lulling him in, but gives him a slap to the face, blocks the foot, super kick of his own. Riddle rolling through. Powerbomb. Turns Dream round, knee to the jaw, goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh! Velveteen kicking out. Straight into the bro mission.
And he's caught in the middle of the ring.
Nowhere to go. Palm strikes to the chest.
And the Dream trying to fight this, but seriously caught. Trying to roll it round like 1, 2, 3.
Yes! Yes!
And the Dream beats Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle cannot believe it. Look at we. Riddle caught in the bro mission. His job's done. He's no longer got the streak. Velveteen Dream wins. Dan, what did you think of the match?
Credit where it's due. I thought it was actually a very good match. And, you know, I'm not 100% struck on Matt Riddle. I think his selling could use a bit of work. I think he needs to be able to take a little bit of punishment as well. And it seems like, you know, whatever Dream was dishing out, Matt Riddle was getting straight up from. He's like the Buddy Murphy of NXT, you know?
Oh, fuck off.
He doesn't really sell as well.
Bollocks. Matt Riddle is... Buddy Murphy's a better worker than Matt Riddle is. There's no doubt in my mind. But this was a great match not to take away from either men. And are we going to see respect shown maybe at the end of this match? Like at the end of the NXT TakeOver? Because we saw hints from Matt Riddle there. And this storyline plays into something perfectly. Well, does Matt Riddle feel like he hasn't got any respect from the Dream? Oh no, Matt Riddle with a hand clap. Saying, no, fair play, you got the job done. And is he going to go for it this time? Maybe this is a night of respect. We saw it the War Raiders, Ricochet and Black.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be NXT TakeOver respect?
It would be. But we've seen it there with Riddle and Dream. We saw a replay of that German suplex outside in. Mental, I will say, about that move. A really, really good match, to be fair. And the crowd are still into it as we move on. And after that, prediction-wise, either of us don't get part. I thought we were actually going to get perfect score in this one. But unfortunately, we did not. 1-1 as we move on to our third match. So the Dream is going to be in NXT for the foreseeable future as he celebrates his victory here tonight. But speaking of titles, and for me, it doesn't get any bigger than what's on the line next, because Shayna Baszler defends the women's. Up next is the NXT UK Championships, a match I've been waiting to see in the world. It's Walter versus Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne versus Volta.
NXT UK Championship, and the talking's over. It's next.
Since May of 2017 at Takeover Chicago, one thing has remained the same.
WWE United Kingdom Champion!
Pete Dunne has been an absolutely dominant United Kingdom champion.
Better end!
Oh!
Danny Burch has the tap. Pete Dunne retains. The fingers being bent back. Joe Coffey taps out. The legend of Bruiserweight continues to grow. Closing in on nearly 700 days.
I am still the WWE United Kingdom champion.
Still, your champion is the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
It's him! It's Walter!
What does this mean for Pete Dunne and his hold on the WWE United Kingdom title?
This man punishes you. He's so precise and so violent.
Einer der besten der Welt, aber alle. Superstars have titles in Germany, England, and Ireland. He has brought that dominance here to NXT UK.
There's a new man in town, and his name is Volta.
Give me Walter.
What a championship match.
One man clearly has his sights on that title.
I'll be bringing my own tonight. Nothing's gonna stop me now. This whole place is gonna be mine. I'm gonna run this town.
I am the Bruiserweight, and NXT UK belongs to me. And the WWE United Kingdom Championship is and always will be mine. Peter. Deine Zeit ist abgelaufen. Your time is up. And in New York City, the reign of the Bruiserweight will end. Because this title is mine.
European wrestling has been waiting. The world
So it's time. And we've just seen a build-up. And, talk about dates. And January 19th at Takeover Blackpool when Walter showed up with Pete Dunne. And Pete Dunne beating Tyler Bate for the title. Like I said, Takeover Chicago in May of 2017. Nearly 2 years as champion. It's been an incredible run. And tonight to go against Walter, it is the immovable object versus the unstoppable force. I am not sure how this is going to go down whatsoever. We've talked about it enough on the live show. We've built it up. It's incredible to think these two guys are finally going to go face to face. Dan, what have you thought of the build-up and this match itself?
I think it's been good. Again, the first two matches, there's been a lot of respect between these two guys, and I think that trend will continue with this match as well. Both these guys are formidable objects. Both of these guys have a right to be called the NXT UK champion as well.
Right, down. And the thing is that for me, this is a true main event. To see the ring general going against the bruiserweight in a battle of styles, it is going to be, take out AJ Styles, it's going to be phenomenal, Don't get me wrong, I love Pete Dunne. And I don't think we talk about, appreciation of Pete Dunne. We love him. Our Wrestler of the Year last year, he is fantastic. But no one has come along quite like Walter has and kind of changed the game so much recently in NXT UK, and to be featured in a takeover is fantastic, But prediction-wise, Dan, it's time. Who have you gone for in this match?
Hang on a sec. Let's just listen to Walter's intro. I'm going to delay the suspense a bit more.
Yeah. Well, Pete Dunne defends his title against this man,
Walter.
I'm going to say, is there a look of nerves in Walter's face as he comes out here in his biggest match, the big Austrian, ready for action?
Well, the ring general, he's been in some big matches before in the past, but I don't think he's been any as big as this. He's on the main stage. I mean, he coming out of NXT Blackpool, but this, I feel it is a bit bigger than NXT Blackpool.
Without a doubt, it's the biggest match of his life go against Pete Dunne, a man who's been champion for nearly 700 days. It's phenomenal. Dan, who have you gone for in this match? Prediction-wise, it's 1-1 after 2.
I have gone for Peter.
Pete Dunne, my God. What are your reasons by going for Pete Dunne?
I think, personally, they've brought Walter in to build him up as a formidable force just for Pete Dunne to claim victory over and get him a bit of reputation back. Not that he needs the reputation, but, just to push Pete Dunne a bit further.
And what a response Pete Dunne is getting coming out here now. I absolutely love Pete Dunne. It's been a phenomenal title reign. It really has. 700 days. But as we found out with The Undertaker, Dan, good things have to come to an end. And that's why I've gone
What are you telling me, James?
And new NXT UK champion. I've gone Walter. So we have gone different in this one. Are you surprised?
I am slightly, mildly surprised. I can see. So why have you gone for Walter?
We've seen one streak come to an end in Matt Riddle's undefeated streak. I mean, Walter, to be a great champion, Dunne needs great challenges, and Dunne has basically done it all when it comes to the NXT UK title. And all we haven't seen is him losing it and getting redemption from that as well. I think Walter would be a great opportunity to have a feud that can continue for the rest of the year with Pete Dunne looking to get the title back.
So we've seen a pair of swan songs tonight in Ali B and Ricochet. Do you think this could potentially be Pete Dunne's swan song?
There's potential, but I think Pete Dunne's got the ability to go to any of the brands and become a star in his own right there. Whether they use him correctly or not, I don't know. But in this stage here, we know what Pete Dunne's all about. And I think the match with Walter, I think Dunne can't carry on being champion. You know what I mean? He needs challenges. He needs, a different kind of course. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I would love to see him going through, even if he carried on winning, it'd be great. I want to see the match. Like, I don't care about the result in a weird way. It's just introductions and everything like that. The lights are on bright.
The lights so bright. Legends are going to be created. Streaks are going to be ended.
But is it an undefeated, or is it the longest reign in modern history? The referee had to take the NXT UK Championship out of Pete Dunne's mouth. That's how tight a grip Dunne has. Dunne has said that UK Championship is his. It's his property, and he'll tell you when he doesn't want to be champion anymore, and he still wants to be champion. This what makes this match so big. You got two guys be the champ, both want to be number one. There's not enough space at the top for two. It can only be one, and we're going to find out right here, right now, just who the fucking man is when it comes to the NXT UK division. So here we go, Dunne, and yeah, they're going. He's going to take his time. Keys to victory here. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? You know, when you think about it. But what would you do if you're Pete Dunne then, Dan? You've got to beat this big Volta.
Well, I think you've just got to... We know he's full of power, full of strength. But if you can make him look stupid and frustrate him, that's how you get into the head of a big guy. What about Volta? What's he got to do to take the title from the grip of Pete Dunne?
To be fair, we haven't seen what it takes to beat Pete Dunne yet for the title, but Volta just has to bring everything he's got. If you give Pete Dunne your best shot and he can't get the job done, then fair enough. But he's got to leave everything on the line here tonight, and that's what it's all about in these type of matches. Because you will regret it if he doesn't. He might not have another opportunity, be it injury, be it whatever it is. At this time in New York, he needs to show everybody that he's not just a stepping stone for Pete Dunne, that he's actually here to run the division as well.
Dunne bending the fingers of Volta back, but Walter's got a bit of a submission on himself.
But if you're Walter, you should have realised that Dunne is going to try that anyway.
Oh, well, Walter's looking for a chop, but Dunne ducked it. Would have taken his head clean off his shoulders if that connected.
And is Dunne saying you ain't all that? Is that really what it's, finally getting in there? Now throws Pete Dunne, who lands on his, rolls and gets back up again. And he's got him in the corner. Ooh.
Oh, no, Dunne again escaping the chop. How long can he bide his time? How long can he elude the most thunderous chop in wrestling history?
Now Volta going to grab the arm and slam Dunne down and show him why he's called the ring general for. I feel like about Walter as well, he does simple things effectively. And that's all it takes, really.
But Dunne managing to nip up, getting an arm on the ropes, forcing the break from Volta.
On a forearm shot by Dunne. Oh!
And Pete gets absolutely flattened by a chop.
And now I think Dunne realises what he's really up against.
Oh! Second chop connects.
And Walter now just getting Dunne down. Knees to the midsection. Trying to suffocate Pete. But the thing is, Dunne could wrestle for a couple of hours. There's no doubt about it. Maybe that would be Dunne's, maybe ideas trying to get Walter's offense in first.
Whether the big guy out.
Exactly, yeah.
Dunne ducking underneath, jumping over the top. Again, looking to clothesline through Walter, who just stands tall.
Oh.
This time jumping over Dunne and catching with a big boot. Pete's in a bit of trouble.
Now picking up Dunne like a baby, just put him in the corner.
Slap across the chest.
Oh my God!
He just got his foot on the chin of Dunne. Oh, he goes crumpled to a heap to the outside.
And now Walter picking up Pete Dunne.
Oh, just dropping him back first onto the edge of the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring.
Dunne kicking away, but at the moment, Walter's been all over him. And it's taken him out. And much like we saw with Riddle and Dream, Walter's just taking his time with Dunne.
But James, there's one key fact you need to remember. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
You're right about that, and at the moment, Dunne is the biggest dog in NXT, which means he might not have a lot of fight, but it doesn't matter.
He's got a knee bar locked into Volta, taking the legs out from the big man. Oh. Walter managing to deliver a chop, but Pete just wrenching on that knee. Couple of kicks to the shoulder for good measure.
Oh.
And another big chop breaks the knee bar. Volta with a Boston Crab. A very deep one as well.
And now they can see the determination of Dunne's face.
As he powers out of it. Dragging himself to the bottom rope. Forcing a break.
Uh-oh. Pete Dunne now is caught in the apron. And Walter's got him.
10 beats of the Balors or the 1 beat of the Walter?
I think he only needs 1 or 2 strikes. But he can't win it on the apron.
But Dunne catches the arm. Grabs that index finger and just bends it back, wrenching on it. Walter breaks it, delivers a big boot, sends Pete Dunne crashing to the mat.
And Walter knew how much danger he was just in that instant. Well, I was expecting a lot of things. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this at the start.
It's a bit of a slower pace.
Yeah. Well, Walter's definitely bought it, and I don't think Dunne at the moment has really got reversal for anything.
Well, he's making Dunne angry, and you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Walter's saying, is that all you got? Come on, show me you're the champion. Oh!
And Pete just fighting back with everything he's got, clubbing to Walter. Looking for an Irish whip. Walter stops in his tracks. Dunne jumps over the top of him. Step up into Guri in the corner to Walter.
Oh, no, he's going to try a German, but Walter reverses.
Pete Dunne rolls through, lands on his feet. A kick to the side of the head.
And Walter's rocked and goes to the outside. And Dunne's finally in this match.
And springing over the top rope. Looking for the moonsault. Taking out Walter.
And Walter knocked off his feet for the first time ever. Well, Walter getting back in, but Pete Dunne could get a count out if he wanted to. But chooses against it.
Dunne walks straight back into the Lion's Den.
But Walter catches him with a looks like a throat thrust.
Walter's looking for a superplex, but Dunne got that little finger, bending it back. Joint manipulation. Got the arm set up in the corner. Rolling through, looking for a sunset flip, but Walter holding on to the top turnbuckle.
Oh my God, now Dunne's got him.
Sit out powerbomb. 1, 2. Oh. Only a 2 count.
2.
And Walter rolling out the ring, trying to get to some safety.
Walter got maybe a little bit of panic in his eyes as well about Pete Dunne able to manhandle him like that.
Oh, did he underestimate Pete Dunne?
And now I think he did. You know, when we look at it now, he thought he had it easy in the end of going. Now Dunne definitely bringing it. He's going up again.
A coup de grace from the top to the outside.
Well, Walter thought he was safe, and now he's had all the air drained out of him.
I'd rather have a chop than a whole Pete Dunne coming down on my chest, that's for sure.
A referee count again.
And he throws Walter in the ring, not content with a count out.
Well, Pete Dunne is showing what a man he is, and he just wants to beat Walter. He wanted that match originally.
Comes charging in, jumps over the top of Walter. Oh, a huge seated drop kick though. Sends Dunne careering across the ring.
And now Walter's got the sleeper in, but Pete Dunne getting to that top rope.
And a huge chop to the back. German suplex there sends Dunne inside out. Catch him with a powerbomb.
1, 2.
Dunne rolls through. Only a 2 count.
2. I think that's what saved him with that then. Walter hit, 3 or 4 moves, and maybe they weren't the kind of strongest moves, but the way he hits them so efficiently as well, but then overextended.
Well, you see on that final pinfall, he had all his weight on the shoulders of Dunne, and I think so much weight it just sent Pete Dunne rolling through himself.
And the problem is, well, perspiration, of course, it's tiredness as well. And Walter realising it's not going to be easy to take the UK title from Pete Dunne.
And look at the look on Pete's face.
And now just huge strikes coming down.
Huge chop dropping Dunne to his feet.
Oh!
And Pete responds with a huge slap, but Walter with a chop of his own and a kick to the chest for good measure. Ever defiant Pete Dunne Who's still got that angry look on his face.
Oh, Walter's saying he's going to end it.
Done with some slaps across the face.
Oh, fucking hell!
But Pete with a flurry of his own, but Walter one chop and that just stops Dunne in his tracks.
Dunne is all over the place, but another chop, but Dunne's got the hand.
Bending the fingers back. Test of strength. You can definitely see that going in Walter's favour.
Oh!
And just a kick across the throat.
And another neck wrench. And now he's got Dunne up. Powerbomb.
But Dunne rolls through. Story.
And Walter knocked off his feet and down, and the crowd finally into this one properly.
And Walter's knocked off his feet for the first time, I believe, in his career.
Honestly, unbelievable stuff. Never thought I'd see that. And came down just like the walls of Jericho.
Don't, James.
Came down like the World Trade Center. We get the UK chant. That's what it's all about. Uh-oh. Now it's not a good time for Walter.
Fingers are trapped on the mat. And Dunne just stomping on both hands. A kick across the head. And now going up top.
Oh my God, risking it all, but Walter catches him. Oh, going for a German suplex. Dunne holding on.
For dear life.
I was trying to get a sleeper, but the hand being... Oh!
And Pete Dunne just stumping Walter's finger on the ring post.
And he's still got that grip though on Pete Dunne.
Just throws Pete Dunne inside out. Goes for a cover. 1, 2... No, Dunne managing to kick out.
Well, Dunne is a ragdoll now. And Walter now wondering what's it going to take to put Pete Dunne away. You're not champion for 700 days if it's difficult to beat you. But you can tell there's trouble there. If Dunne can get hold of those hands and the fingers, this might be job done.
He catches Walter's chop. Grabs hold of that middle finger.
And now he's got
them apart. Walter grabbing hold of the throat, but Dunne wrenching them fingers apart as well. Throws him against the ropes. German suplex. Rolls him through with a cover. 1, 2. Oh, Walter just managing to kick out. My palms are sweating.
Walter's still in this match. And again, Walter rolling to the outside. I don't know if that's a great idea.
Let's go, Walter. Bruiserweight chant going through the crowd. And Pete Dunne again focusing on the fingers and just stomping at the jaw of Walter.
Awesome offense here by Dunne.
But as Walter's on the mat, he's doing it up to Pete Dunne as well. Dunne returns the favour. Walter grabs Dunne in a super and
sleeper. Dunne turns it round low
and resumes his stomps to the head. Rolls him through.
Oh, now he's got the hand of Walter. And Walter's not tapped yet, but he's got the hand.
There's nowhere for him to go.
And this could be it now. Walter is serious trouble.
Oh, manages to get his foot to the bottom rope. Well done, dragging Walter up to the corner by his nose.
Well, that just shows how tough Pete Dunne is.
Oh, huge slap to the chest with Pete Dunne relentless. It's clotheslined off the corner though.
Oh my God.
He's going to catch him with a bitter end off the top, isn't he?
Oh my God, Walter's going up. No, he can't.
Frog splash gets caught by Dunne though. He's got the triangle locked in with the joint manipulation.
And Walter's struggling. Oh, he didn't tap, the arm went low.
Dunne's got top control. Wrenching the fingers apart.
Can't get it down, and Walter strikes to the face of Dunne.
Stomping to the head and the shoulder.
Dunne got the arm again. And just strikes to the face of Dunne. And he's still got hold of the hand.
Relentless.
Showing how tenacious he is. Bitter end, no. Walter blocks.
And takes Dunne's head off with a huge clothesline.
Oh, runs into a forearm by Dunne.
Clothesline down.
Now he's going to go for it.
Bitter end.
Hit it. Goes for it. Cover.
1, 2.
Walter managing to kick out.
I can't stand no more.
Oh, Dunne cannot believe it. And neither can we. This is not over yet. Walter's got a faraway look in his eyes.
Pete Dunne's just got his stoic look in his eyes. Both men staring each other in the eye, trying to make their way to a vertical base.
Oh, we're deep now in the 12th round. I think the next big shot is going to end things here.
It's the bottom of the 9th. All bases are loaded.
And just like we started face to face.
Striking and slaps. How much more can Pete Dunne's chest take?
And that fire's done up.
That woke him up.
And it just each man just giving their best shot.
And Pete Dunne just taking the chops, fighting back with everything he's got.
And Dunne now everything. Like I said, emptying the tank. Oh
Having
my
to get pulled off by the referee.
Oh!
Walks into a big boot from Walter.
And Walter with a boot and now looking to go up.
Pete Dunne meeting Walter up on the top turnbuckle.
And he's got the hand. And Dunne is up there and this is bad for Walter.
It could be worse for Dunne though. If he gets powered out with a huge super power bomb.
Now he's going to try and get the arm. Oh my God, he's got the arm and Walter's trying to fight it.
Slapping away at the chest of Dunne. Oh, powerbomb off the top. No.
And now Walter's got Dunne. Oh!
Huge powerbomb off the top.
Oh my Christ. And Walter's going all the way up. Splash. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And we've got a new NXT UK champion. And I'm not going to glow. I'm not going to. If anything, Pete Dunne's title reign's over. But I can't. I'm physically kind of. I don't know. It was everything I wanted and more.
But you don't want it.
But I didn't want it to end. What are your thoughts on the match, Dan?
I thought it was a very bloody good match. Pete Dunne, again, he gave everything he had. And maybe on a different day, he might have been successful.
Yeah, man. I mean, that is. I'm still quite shocked. I never thought I'd hit the 3 count. And like you said, powerbomb off the top. And a new United Kingdom champion. But it's not the end for Pete Dunne. This is just the beginning. So Walter wins. It was a great match. It was slow to start, but it built into something really special, didn't it?
Oh, indeed, yeah. But you could see it was both of these guys was displaying the British strong style.
Without a doubt.
And the intelligent wrestling as well.
I loved it. It was great. And Pete Dunne has been beaten. My God, the massive splash to finally get the 3 count on Pete Dunne. But at least it took that. The super powerbomb off the top and the splash. Shows of respect. And Walter, the ring general, is now the NXT UK champion. You talk about respect. These two men have just been through a war. There's no doubt they respect each other. Prediction points means I go 2-1 up.
Who cares?
I know, I said it quickly. Well, Pete Dunne's reign is over, Dan. And what are your thoughts on Pete Dunne's title reign?
It has been uncomparable. There is nothing in the modern era that compares to it. I mean, he has been, without doubt, the best performer in WWE for the past 2 years. It is upsetting to see it lost, but who better than Walter to take it?
Without a doubt, you know. And I think we've not seen the last Pete Dunne. These two men will meet again, and what an encounter that will be. And like you said, on that day, Dunne might just have Walter's number. Well, we see Kushida earlier as well, making an appearance. He's officially today, so we see him in NXT. Great little talent. We saw him against Will Ospreay on our British special, so we look forward to him in NXT. Well, up next, it is the NXT Women's Championship on the line.
Edge and Beth Phoenix. So does that mean that Edge is going to be the next NXT debutant?
It might be. Well, you know, the Hall of Fame is live tomorrow, but Takeover is on this day. Seriously. Right. Up next, though, is the NXT Women's Championship. It's a fatal four-way match. This champion Shayna Baszler going against Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair, and of course, Io Shirai. And Dan, shall we have a look at the promo?
I want you to take a look at this championship. Really look at it. Look at it. Get in on this. Zoom in on this. Look at this title. This is the NXT Women's Championship, held by the most dominant force this business has ever seen.
Shayna Baszler's a scary good champion.
I'm so dominant they had to stop giving me one-on-one matches to defend this, and they're throwing 3 at me now.
Well, are you ready now? From the revolution for too long, your power has been taken away.
I don't care if it's Kairi, Bianca, or Io. I'm ready for TakeOver New York.
Girl.
Kara for the clutch.
I'm not going to focus on the past.
Bianca Belair no longer undefeated.
I'm focusing on the present.
Take those mental shackles off and throw them away. You gotta get them out of your mind.
Being undefeated is a mindset. You got Jessamine and Marina who have Shayna's back. Io and Kairi are best friends, and all I have is me, myself, and I. But that's all I'm going to need to get the NXT Women's Championship. Because I'm undefeated.
Moving steady now.
Io and I both want the NXT Women's Championship.
It's a revelation for so long. Your focus has been taken away. Now you're breaking away.
Is the genius of the sky, Io Shirai, going to be the new NXT Women's Champion?
I will fly higher than ever as champion.
If we need to, we will fight against each other.
They may think they know you, but it's an education. No, they can't control you once you've broken away.
The NXT Women's title is the ultimate treasure.
Will Kairi Sane become a 2-time NXT Women's Champion?
That's enough already now.
I've heard it all before. Every word, every threat, every broken promise from everybody in that locker room.
Baszler doing her best to silence everyone in the NXT Women's division.
The problem is, they picked 3 wild animals. And this?
Bianca Belair is going to walk out the next NXT Women's Champion.
This is just the piece of red meat I need to hang in front of them.
I have been champion before.
What happens when you hang a piece of red meat in front of a pack of wild animals?
But they've seen nothing yet.
I'm gonna sit back and watch them tear each other apart for this.
I am ready to take over.
While you hear, and still, NXT Women's Champion.
Shayna Baszler, she kind of fucked up for herself. She could have had a one-on-one match, but she claims everyone's against her and they're putting her against 3 other women. But it was her own stupidity that put her against 3 other women when they was trying to decide a number 1 contenders match. Kairi Sane has come up short against Shayna Baszler, even though she's already beaten her. Bianca Belair has come up short against Shayna Baszler. Io Shirai hasn't yet.
Be interesting. 4 great talent. 3 great talents in there with Kairi Sane, Io Shirai. And Bianca Belair likes to growing, and I'm starting to become a fan of what she can do. But I always feel Fatal 4-Ways, it kind of favours the champion in a weird way, because they can just sneak a victory and kind of get out there and wait for a one-on-one match down the road. If Shirai's going to win a championship for the first time, I'd much rather it be in a singles match than the Fatal 4-Way, but that's just me anyway. I don't think it's been a great build-up. Like I said, Basil's made herself look very silly, and she wants to be a dangerous woman, but she's got Shafir and Duke in her corner as well, if need be. So she's kind of playing the field at the moment. But who will be the last women standing here tonight? So it's prediction time, Dan. And I have gone in this match for still women's champion Shayna Baszler.
Women's champion Io Shirai.
Io Shirai. Why have you got Io Shirai for? Fair enough. Change is coming. Will it happen here tonight? Will it be the Pirate Princess who's held the treasure before? I think another problem is that these women haven't had enough exposure to really the crowd to get behind them. Like, Io Shirai is cool, but have we really seen her a lot? Sane again is another character I think is really likeable, but have we seen the best of her? Belair, and it's kind of been, dominated by Baszler, but of course Shirai's my pick for the Mae Young Classic. And she may be struggling with a mask right now, but honestly, she's really good in the ring. Well, weirdly enough, Dan, Io Shirai, this is her first attempt at winning the NXT Women's Championship. Who was the first woman? Who's the only woman to win it on her first try? It was Asuka, Dan.
Was it, James? Yeah. Wow.
Thank you.
I never knew that.
I know, that's what I'm here for. And now Baszler's going to come out, and she's going to tell Marina Shafir and Jasmine Duke to stay in the back. She's got this one done. So here come the NXT Women's Champion, ready for action. And Baszler is nonplussed about being here. She'll take on 3 women if she wants. So here we go. Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship. And Baszler's going to go right after Shirai, and it's Sane and Belair pairing off.
Well, we see Sane and Shirai go at it.
Well, both women sent to the outside, and it's left with Belair and Baszler. Fucking hell. It's left with Belair and Baszler the last two. These two women, last time Baszler had a one-on-one match for the NXT Women's Championship. And now she jumps on the behind, maybe going for the Kirifuda clutch. Belair parried out.
Shoulder blocking her down, go for a cover.
Io with the double knees gets stopped, and Baszler now going for the cover on Shirai.
Kairi Sane with a neck breaker though, breaking up the pin attempt. Turns her attentions to Belair, who shoves her away.
A pushing fight, and Belair saying you ain't going to win a battle of strength there. Sky Pirate, she lined up a good one, and she knocked it clear. A double drop kick to Belair. Now Baszler caught.
Gets her leg thrown into the jaw of...
And now double team to Baszler. She's trying to fight both women off, but can't. Oh, now Sky Pirates, but this is for the NXT Women's Championship, don't forget. This is not a tag team match.
It's for all the marbles.
And this is what we want to see. Now, Sane running the ropes with Io. Whoa. And now,
just as we thought they was going to go at it, they get disrupted by Belair and
Baszler using the hair there of Belair to throw in a turnbuckle and knocking Sane off the knocking Sane off the apron, now going after the arm of Belair. Oh my!
Stomping on that elbow, wrenching it back.
Now taking Io off the apron as well, and it's all Baszler at the moment.
Runs into an elbow from Belair. Belair jumps over the top of Baszler. Lovely drop kick. She has got a lot of athletic ability.
And now Baszler and Sane on the outside of Baszler catching Belair.
Oh, using her hair to try and bounce her head off the ring post. Belair blocking it and just dragging Baszler into it. Takes down Kairi Sane. Turns her attention back to Baszler.
And Belair, I like that then, because Baszler used the hair early, and Belair's like, no, wait a minute, that's my gimmick. You know what I mean? Just send her right into the ring post. Taking Baszler down, go for the cover, but only getting a 2.
2.
Now Sane up. Oh!
Sane down, taking up Belair. Goes for the cover. 2. Oh. No, only a 2 count.
2. Now Sane lining up with a chop to the chest of Belair.
Follows that with a second. Ducks a clothesline attempt, tries rolling Belair up. Who backflips out of it. Looking for a drop kick side swipe by Sane, who hits an axe kick to the back.
And now Sane looking to finish things off as Io's on the apron.
Baseball slide taken out Baszler for Kairi Sane. Io springboards her way in, takes out Bianca Belair. Very good tan defense for the Sky Pirates.
And I don't think Io... Oh, it's finished yet. She got Belair with a double knees. Will she put in a position now for the Asai moonsault? She walks over Belair. Belair catches her leg.
Shirai breaks it though. Huge elbow shot to the jaw. Jumps up to the second rope. Gets caught by Belair though.
Oh my God, just swings Shirai at Sane.
Fall away slam to Shirai. Goes for the cover. But Baszler in to break it up.
And Baszler basically playing defense at the moment, making sure she doesn't lose her championship by not getting pinned.
Picks Shirai with a gut wrench and just slams her down. Sets her sights to Sane in the corner, knees to the chest.
And now she's got Belair round the neck.
Well, James, you say that women don't have much success in Fatal 4-Way, or the champion doesn't have much success, but Ember Moon won a Fatal 4-Way to become NXT Women's Champion, even though the title wasn't on the line. And even though anyone wasn't holding it, it was vacated by Asuka.
Well, Baszler now trying to get Belair off the top, and Sane trying to use the stomp. She needs a little bit of help, though.
Oh, Baszler's got the gut wrench on Belair. Sane and Shirai. Oh, slamming them both down. Who's going to be able to get the cover out of these two, though?
Fucking hell. Oh, mine. Sky Pirates been added to the WrestleMania match, or they're going up and facing Banks and Bayley, and then you'll have Belair versus Baszler for the title. And now Belair and Baszler going the outside. And now here comes Sane.
Thrown over the top by Shirai, taking out both Baszler and Belair.
And it's beautiful teamwork, but it's not about teamwork at the moment. Playing it.
Springboarding off the second turnbuckle, taking out Baszler.
Well, the champ's down. And in all sorts of trouble. Sane's got hold of Baszler. Here comes Shirai.
Oh no, but Belair in to cut her off with the spear. Goes for a cover.
Oh my God, it was so close there if it wasn't for Sane coming in.
Sane looking for the spinning back fist. Gets caught by Belair. Planted face first into the mat. Baszler in with a step-up knee to the jaw. Shirai ducks a clothesline attempt. Deadlift German.
And all four women down now. Which way will this go? And now every woman trying to go for the pin and getting stopped by the other.
Shirai and Sane both standing over Belair. These two women working... Come on, James, trying to call the action here. These two women working like a well-oiled machine, turning their attentions to Belair and taking her out. With Baszler with a trip to Kairi Sane, dragging her to the outside. Belair with a roll-up on Shirai, goes for a cover. No.
Oh, my God.
Only a 2 count.
2. And now Belair trying to put Shirai away. Got her up for the Gorilla Press. And now throws her down on Sane and Baszler.
Well, chooses to try and get the pinfall victory over the current Chancellor.
And you got to credit Belair for that. And Belair now's going to pick up Baszler. Going to slam her down. No, Baszler reverses.
Kirifuga clutch locked in. We've seen Belair pass out to this once before.
And she's caught with it again.
She's got the heel done.
Well, Belair fighting with everything she's got. And this could be it now.
Belair making her way to a vertical base, trying to get out of it. Swings Baszler round.
Oh my God.
Torture rack into the KOD. Rolls her over.
1, 2. Oh.
No, Io Shirai in to break it up.
Oh, Bianca Belair just furious that Shirai ruined her moment. And they're going to go for a powerbomb, but Shirai reverses.
To an X Factor of her own.
And her base is in position for the moonsault.
Hits the mark.
Went second level, now she's going to go all the way up. And here she comes. Boom.
Bang. 1, 2. Oh, you fucking bitch.
And Sane stopping it, back fist, and they're both women going at it. Shia's going to get Sane down. Oh, they're versing it.
Alabama slam from Kairi Sane to Shirai on top of Baszler.
And here we go, Sane up.
Insane elbow.
Finally going to get the job done.
Hits its mark.
1, 2.
No, returning the favour.
Both women had Baszler beat in that circumstance. All 3 women had them beat and all stopped the pin.
Now will it be a battle of the Sky Pirates to come women's champion?
Moon on it. And now Sane going to move us. Oh, Shiai.
A lovely drop kick.
Well, we wondered if these 2 women were going to go at it, and the answer is yes, they definitely are. And now forearm shots by Shiai. She's got Sane in all sorts of trouble.
Scoop slam attempt, but Kairi Sane turns it into a tornado DDT.
I think she might have broke Shiai's neck. Sane's going up. She doesn't want to, but she wants to be NXT Women's Champion.
Oh no, Belair with the hair and a whip across the...
And now Belair's got hold of Shiai. And they got the KOD. Oh, fuck off.
She ain't. She is.
She is.
She's loading up both Shirai and Sane for the KOD.
Oh, that is impressive strength by Bianca Belair.
Hits it on both. Who's she going to get the pin on?
Get it on Sane. Turns her over.
1.
Oh,
no. Baszler with the kick.
Kick to the face.
Kirifuga clutch locked in.
She's got it in. Blair's got nowhere to go. Just tap out quickly. Belair. Belair taps out. And Shayna Baszler is still your NXT Women's Champion. My God. Unbelievable stuff there. Dan, what did you think of the match?
It wasn't terrible. It was better than I expected it to be. I don't know, there was moments where it felt a bit of a lull in it, but no, overall, it was enjoyable.
It was, in the end, both every woman had their spot. I like the story about Baszler was beaten there. If it wasn't for a Fatal 4-Way stipulation, she might have been beaten. Hopefully it leads on. I think Belair might be done for now as the next challenger, but I definitely think Sane and Shiai, maybe if they can have a match for number one contendership to lead to Baszler, I think that would be great stuff anyway. So not a bad match at all. Prediction-wise, it means I go 3-1 up. With 1 match to go, it means I do win. And I go level 2-all now on overall on NXT takeovers. And Baszler is still your NXT Women's Champion. How did she get out here? Surviving Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair. I hope she gets her comeuppance. And what a night it's been so far. Okay, with just 1 more match left. But up next is the main event for the vacant NXT Championship. We will have a new champion, but who will it be? Will it be Adam Cole or Johnny Gargano? We're just about to find out.
I was going to stand out here tonight and announce the main event of NXT Takeover New York. Johnny Gargano and the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa. Reality has made that match an impossibility. For Tommaso Ciampa, reality has dictated that he need neck surgery and has had to relinquish the NXT championship. The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins. The dream continues on for Johnny Gargano as he goes to New York City to compete for the NXT championship. But against who?
There's only one man who should headline NXT TakeOver. who has earned his right to become NXT champion.
It is a fatal 5-way match to determine who will challenge Johnny Gargano for the now vacant NXT Championship at NXT Takeover New York.
There's only one man who deserves to rule the world, and that man is Adam Cole, baby.
Ricochet on the cusp of going to the Big Apple. Last shot by Adam Cole. He gets the next shot and the NXT title in the main event of Takeover New York in a 2 out of 3 falls mega main event.
I just showed not just NXT, but all of WWE that Adam Cole is once again deserving of the NXT Championship.
The name Adam Cole speaks for itself. The big difference between me and him is he's hungry, but I'm starving.
I've said my path ends with me becoming NXT champion. And now with Tommaso out, my path to the NXT championship goes through you.
I let a monster become NXT champion once. Can't let it happen again.
So Adam Cole, I'm gonna show you why. They call me Johnny Takeover, baby!
Are you kidding me? Johnny Takeover.
You haven't necessarily been in the old winner's circle when it comes to Takeover.
Johnny has not earned the right of the name Johnny Takeover. Not even close.
My debut in the Barclays Center, the first ever NXT North American champion, the first ever War Games match, and I did it at Takeover. Johnny participation cannot beat Adam Cole 2 out of 3 falls.
If I had his road, if I had his path here, I'd be a different person. I don't want that. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I've done to get here.
I'm going to prepare for this 2 out of 3 falls match the exact same way I prepare for every other match that I have. That's to win. Prepare. I'm going to do what I always do. That's be the best.
To prepare for this match, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest match of my life, I need to go back to my roots. So I'm going to go home. I'm gonna go to Cleveland. I'm gonna remember why I love this.
I wouldn't change a thing about these past 4 years because it's made me appreciate where I'm going. And where I'm going is the main event of Takeover New York.
Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, the big money match.
Johnny Gargano, you're in for a war.
And as long as my heart's still beating, I will not stop.
You ever heard of the term strength in numbers before? You will never become the NXT champion. That title belongs to me.
I will fight to make my dream come true.
Adam Cole,
Johnny Wrestling,
will be the NXT champion. And that's undisputed.
I will do whatever it takes to finally have my moment.
So this main event wasn't meant to be this way. But of course, Tommaso Ciampa had to relinquish his title after sustaining a neck injury, and he tweeted, "A small piece of me died tonight, the greatest 237 days of my life." And what a champion Ciampa had been, and we were expecting him to go against Johnny Gargano and finally have an end after 2 years of this journey. But instead, Gargano finds himself having an opportunity, and like I said, it was earned by Adam Cole in a fatal 5-way to get here as well. But Gargano's got so much history. It makes sense for him to be involved in this match, but does Adam Cole actually deserve to be here?
Popularity contest, I suppose, yes, because, you know, he is very over with the fans. You know, with Ricochet and Black, it's the move-up's inevitable. With Velveteen Dream, who was also in the match with Matt Riddle, you know, them two had quite a barn burner between themselves, so I think it is the legitimate choice. You know, he has put in a shift since he's joined as part of the Undeserving era, and as much as I mock them and hate them, you can't say that they don't deserve their place there.
Well, this is the thing. They have put on, you know, good performances. They've not been as successful as I think maybe they should have done if they're going to go that way, but maybe it would change here tonight. But I think what we've seen with Johnny Gargano over this past couple of years, I don't think no wrestler has had a better kind of story arc and how he's been used when you consider that everything that's happened to him over these past 2 or 3 years, from the formation of DIY, you know, becoming together, and then through that with the destruction of DIY, the Johnny Gargano War for Most Punishment in a match, and you know, and then of course looking like he turned to the dark side with Ciampa controlling it all, and then suddenly turning back and realising he had the upper hand. It's been brilliant, isn't it? And Gargano's played his part fantastically well as well.
It would have been absolutely perfect had it been Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. We would have finally had an end to it. If Johnny Gargano does win tonight, will he hold it until Ciampa returns?
Well,
and then will they try and finish it off, or will Adam Cole win and kind of usher the era of his premonition, saying that undeserving era are going to hold?
I'd say. I'll tell you one thing I like about the promo video as well is you see him training to get ready to weightlifting. It feels more like a sporting contest, in endurance and stuff like this. Trying to build it up. But it should be a fantastic match anyway. Adam Cole always performs in the big match settings. We've seen that, of course, with Gargano. Look, he's running through the stadium. It's just so Rocky-esque, and he's had the perfect kind of story.
It has, yeah. It shouldn't be Adam Cole, but it should be Tommaso Ciampa, because I think this is the great culmination, because the last coming together that Gargano and Ciampa had, Ciampa helping Gargano limp out, looking to throw him into the screen, and Johnny's like, no mate, I've got one up on you, and turned it around. Which was absolutely perfect. We saw it happen when DIY kind of first split up during the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic the first time a couple of years ago, and it would have been the perfect story.
Yeah, without doubt, but it's the Undisputed Era might play a pivotal role here tonight alongside Adam Cole, but we're seeing Johnny Gargano coming out here first.
And he's dressed like Iron Man.
Well, Johnny Wrestling is ready.
Johnny Takeover.
Well, how big a star Johnny Gargano's been? I think he's the kind of biggest star NXT have made in their own right, if you talk about just company-wide. When you think about he's been main evented takeovers when the title wasn't even on the line, that's how strong Johnny Gargano has been, and he's always featured on takeovers against the best talent as well. You talk about matches against CN back in the past, and people like that. It's been phenomenal.
Well, I'd go hands down and say even over Oscar and pretty much everyone else that we've seen since we started the podcast come through NXT. There has been no one better than Johnny Gargano.
Yeah. And it's unbelievable as well when you consider his size, and he's saying all these opportunities that he never had. And it's not something that you'd have thought, oh yeah, it really stands out. But there's just something about him, isn't there? It's just
you throw everything into it, like the storytelling that he has been through in the past couple of years. The match quality has been absolutely perfect. The matches he had against Aleister Black.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the comings together with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, the match with Velveteen Dream as well. He's faced the best and brightest that NXT have had to offer.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. And now we're going to see Adam Cole's entrance, and he's going to get a popular entrance. So, Dan, prediction-wise, let's end it. Who have you gone for in this match?
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano, wow. Well, I know it doesn't really make a difference, but I've gone Johnny Gargano as well. So we've both gone for Gargano winning extra championship. What are your reasons behind that then?
Well, personally, I think that had it have been against Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano would have been the winner. So I think, despite the opponent, the outcome is going to be what it was meant to have been. And Johnny Gargano deserves it 10 times more than Adam Cole does.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. That's how fucking over he is. You gotta admit, the fans love him. Even though he's a heel, and this is the only proper kind of heel versus face match we are getting here tonight. And Johnny Gargano seems ready, and the crowd are hyped for this. Well, the crowd have been good all night. Bit quiet at times during the women's match.
I think they were just conserving their energy for what I'd expect to be a barn burner.
There's 2 out of 3 falls as well.
So who do you think's going to get the first pinfall? Or submission? Or disqualification? Or the first full victory?
Do you know who gets it? No. So who do you think is going to get the first fall then?
I think it is going to be Adam Cole. Because then it would make, if Johnny Gargano is to win it, it would make the comeback even more special.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that would be really, really good storytelling. But what would be interesting, if it was a normal match, if Adam Cole wasn't the man to get the pin, he could then argue he should be NXT champion anyway. Why is it a 2 out of 3 falls match?
Was it meant to have been a 2 out of 3 falls match if it was going against Ciampa?
I'm not sure. It probably would have been a death match as two men. And the crowd firmly behind Adam Cole at the moment.
Where's he from?
Well, huge Adam Cole chants. But, of course, the crowd always love Johnny Gargano as well. We're going to talk about keys to victory, Dan. What does Johnny Gargano have to do if he wants to walk out as NXT champion?
I think Johnny Gargano, he has managed to outsmart Tommaso Ciampa, who has been, without doubt, probably one of the greatest heel characters we've seen in this modern era. So if you can kind of fox and think the puppet master, you're onto a good thing. And, you know, Adam Cole isn't half the heel that Tommaso Ciampa is or was.
I think, yeah, Ciampa was something special in that way, a kind of heelish thing. But Adam Cole does things unlikable, but the crowd just seems to like him, especially at takeovers. And there's a lot of Undisputed merch. You know, you see a lot of T-shirts being sold. So there definitely is a key ingredient there.
Well, there's a lot of Michael Jackson albums getting sold, James, even now.
I know, yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
Well, Adam Cole, I tell you what might work in his favour. If he embraces the crowd, they get behind him. We might put Johnny Gargano off thinking, well, you know, I thought they loved me, but actually it's Adam Cole they prefer. And we're going to see a bit of chain wrestling as well.
Well, I'm going to be towards as completely unbiased as I possibly can be.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
But I do think Johnny Gargano's wrestling outfit is lush. The Iron Man like motif. So what would be Adam Cole's kind of plan of attack? What would his be? What should Adam Cole be trying to do?
But I think for Adam Cole, it's going to be tough because you have to beat Gargano twice. You know, so if either man does win this, they've definitely proven that they're better than the other guy. Is Adam Cole better than Gargano? I mean, that's an argument to be seen. Can he prove, first off, for almost without the Undisputed Era, one-on-one, he can beat Johnny Gargano? If that's the case, then, you know, he's already ahead in that game. I would expect him to use any means necessary, you know, anything, any way to try and walk out as NXT champion.
Panama City versus Cleveland, Ohio.
And the crowd in love with both men as Adam Cole's got the side headlock. Oh, an Irish whip and a shoulder block there by Adam Cole.
The thing that I like about these two guys is physically wise, they're both very similarly matched. They're both smaller guys.
Oh my God, and the transitions between either man now, just dodging kicks and pinfall attempts.
A lovely arm drag takedown by Gargano. Finally gets a bit of control in his corner.
Well, we've seen some cracking matches here tonight. We're starting off here, and Gargano's got the arm. Adam Cole Irish whip to Gargano, and Gargano showing his strength with a shoulder block. Oh, and Gargano broke cleanly, and Adam Cole took advantage with a forearm.
Both men exchanging forearms in the middle of the ring now.
Adam Cole maybe getting the advantage here, backing Johnny up in the corner.
Irish whip. Gargano leaps over the top. Ducks a clothesline attempt. Both men running the ropes. Head scissors takedown. A lovely drop kick from Gargano. And then he eliminates Adam Cole from the Royal Rumble. Gargano springing over the top rope. Looking for the running punt, but Adam Cole turns into a running cunt.
Showing his intelligence. Oh.
Not that intelligent, though, as Johnny Gargano came through with a drop kick to the side of the head.
Adam Cole there, letting Gargano come to him and then hitting a step up in Seguri.
That's an Adam Cole, Johnny wrestling chant going up through the crowd now.
Adam Cole looking to try and take some control of this. He's got the chops and the punches of Gargano.
So, James, a little bit of pop quiz for you.
And Adam Cole's got him in a cravat and leans him down and hits him with the knees. That's nice offense there. Adam Cole's got the rear chin lock, but Gargano's finally getting to his knees.
Both these guys low band to start it off with, but some very good chain wrestling.
And Gargano gets out of submission, gets caught with a back elbow though.
Neither man has got a clear advantage just yet.
And Cole can't even get Gargano down for a pin. Now go back to the submission. Now he's got Dragon Sleeper.
Palm strikes from Gargano. Finally a forearm. Gets some separation between the two. Irish whip. Cole ducks a clothesline attempt, and both men hit each other with a crossbody.
Both men, like Sir said earlier, very similar and thinking exactly the same thing there. Mid-air collision.
Again, both men just turn this into a slugfest.
And look at Gargano now turning up. A couple of clotheslines and overhead belly to belly.
Roll up attempt for Gargano. No, Cole rolls through. 2. Oh, both men getting 2 each.
2. And again, Gargano rolls him through, goes for the kick.
Hits its mark. Cole rolls to the outside. Gargano leaping over the top rope. Cole jumping in. Oh, but Gargano leaping through with a spear. A cover, but only a 2 count.
2. I think Gargano's definitely feeling it now. Gargano just with a running chop. Now Irish whip reversed.
Looking to jump off. Cole ready primed with a super kick, but Gargano with a fake out. Catches him with a lariat takedown. Goes for a cover, but Cole managing to kick out.
And both men now just trying to struggle with each other, trying to get a hold, but it seems to just match each other so well at this moment in time.
Backstabber from Adam Cole as Gargano was perched on the second rope.
And now
looking for a cover.
Cole in for the cover, goes for it, but Gargano managed to get shoulder up at 2.
2.
But each time with inch pinfall, they get, more tired. It's going to be difficult, especially later this match goes on. And now Adam Cole's got Gargano, maybe going to try and suplex him.
Gargano fighting out, small package. Cole turns it round. Both men trading pinfalls.
Oh, and the referee doesn't know which shoulder to kick. Multiple kick outs. And now Cole's got Gargano on his shoulders. And now Gargano rolls through, goes to the kick. Misses. Cole goes under, and then step up enziguri.
Gargano's in trouble now.
Yeah, Cole might be looking for it.
The last shot. No, Gargano catches him, rolls him up. Gets turned round. No, both men getting 2 each.
2. Oh. Super kick by Gargano, but Cole managed to block it, super kick with his own.
Now Cole's turn, but he gets caught with a kick.
Oh no, Gargano went for the roll up, Cole managed to kick out. And now Cole's going to go run the ropes.
Gargano with a sunset flip, rolls Cole through. Gets turned round.
Oh.
Last shot.
Cole got it. 1, 2, 3. And Adam Cole would be your NXT champion, winner of the first fall. And you were right, Dan. So Adam Cole wins the first fall. And right now, Gargano's struggling to get to his feet. We haven't got really a rest period, and Cole could capitalise straight away on this. But we saw the transition in between the two, and it's a lovely, multiple pinfall covers. Referee's going to check, make sure Gargano can get to his feet. And the action will continue, and it's Cole on the attack now. He wants to walk out NXT champion. He's already 1 up. Cole, German suplex, taking Gargano down. And then the Shining Wizard. 1, 2.
Oh, no, Gargano out.
Oh.
So you would say that wasn't the last shot from Adam Cole. That was the second to last shot.
To
win this match.
The penultimate shot. And he's looking to try and finish things now.
It's not as good as the money shot.
No. Gargano is in serious trouble.
Gargano, yes, he is.
Yeah, well, Cole said to Gargano, he should be participation man because he's never won the big one.
Well, Johnny Participation, Johnny Failure, you can call him whatever derogatory name you like. But Johnny Trier.
Well, he's on the apron right now in trouble. Oh!
Hits a huge spear. Adam Cole's back hitting the hardest part of the ring. Gargano looking for that running punt for a second time. No. Comes off with a somersault flip.
And Gargano, again, we saw it earlier in the UK title match. Gargano could have a count-out victory here, but he doesn't want it. He throws Cole back in. And now he's going to springboard over the top, look for the DDT, but Cole catches him on his shoulders. And then the Hushigoroshi, Cole with a cover. But no, Gargano managing to kick Cole managing to kick out. Maybe it's Cole's destiny right here in New York where he debuted with the Undisputed Era to walk out as NXT champion. And the crowd is still split 50-50.
Johnny Gargano doesn't even know where he is at the moment. Grabs hold of Cole's foot. Who would have thought the son of Michael Cole in an NXT Championship match?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is Michael Cole's son.
Michael Cole is a talented wrestler. Undefeated at WrestleMania.
And now Gargano's been caught by Cole. And he might look to powerbomb him, but Johnny holding on.
Holding on for dear life. Powering Adam Cole up. What's he going for here?
Looks like white noise off the top. Goes for the cover.
Oh. Only a 2 count.
2. And now Gargano's got to think of a way to try and put Adam Cole away. And he's going towards the apron.
He drags him to the edge of the ring. Gargano's on the outside. Adam Cole can barely stand up.
Uh-oh. And now Gargano's got a weird look on his face.
Oh, Cole's got Gargano up on his shoulder. Now Gargano with a backslide hits a step up enziguri. Now the tornado DDT normally does from the outside in. He does to the inside out.
And nearly breaks Adam Cole's neck there on impact.
Not close enough.
If they both get counted out here, Adam Cole would be NXT champion. And the referee's counting. But Gargano still wants to drag Adam Cole in, try and pin him. Gargano, get in. And that just shows the mindset. Oh.
And Adam Cole pushes him back first into the ring post. Sends him face first into the other ring post.
And the humanity of Johnny Gargano, it cost him again, rather than embracing the dark side and maybe trying to take the easy way out. And now he's out in the middle of the ring. It looked like he's trying to expose the knee. Gargano grabs hold of the arm.
Trying to let the Gargano escape in. Cole rolls through.
Oh, he's got it in tight, and Adam Cole taps almost instantly.
Well, is that the best way to do it? Would you concede a fall other than trying to fight your way out of it and get one?
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's the best strategy.
Gargano busted open.
Oh, that's a really bad place. Well, it's going to affect his vision. But it is 1-1 right now. So the next 4 wins. Can you only believe there's only been 14 NXT champions? It's crazy when you think about how, long it's gone on for.
Well, who have we seen in our net? We've seen Ciampa, Black, Cien, McIntyre, Rude, Nakamura, Balor, Joe.
Oh. And Adam Cole Gargano striking.
There's only 1 fall left. Oh, pump kick from Cole. A second. And Gargano with a lunatic lariat.
And now he wants to finish things now with a DIY kick.
Cole sidesteps it. Standing switch for Johnny Gargano. Ducks a kick attempt from Cole. Kicks him across the back of the head.
Oh my God, tilt-a-well. And Cole now's got this suplex into the neck breaker.
1, 2. Oh no, Gargano managing to kick out.
Oh. And Adam Cole thinking what's it going to take to put Gargano away.
Gargano looked to be crawling towards Cole, but then sees him perched on the top turnbuckle, rolls in the opposite direction quite intelligently. And Cole finally pastes him in the corner where he wants him. Oh, Gargano faking out. Catches him on his shoulder.
Oh.
Just throws him into the turnbuckle.
And a face first slam into the cover, but no. Kick out.
Now both men on their knees, punching away at each other. I think it's all they can do. I like it. It starts getting intense and building up. And then they're just both going mad and hitting each other in the face in the ring.
And now the crowd just watching on as well. Both men. And Cole going to finish things with a super kick. No, he gets caught by Gargano.
Gargano looking for his own super kick. Cole sidesteps it. Both men hitting each other with a step up enziguri. And they're going for the forearms and the clotheslines and the super kicks. 3 double moves in a row, James.
That
must be in heaven.
That is awesome. And the crowd on their feet, and that is great. And both men trying to... Well, Gargano goes to the clothesline. Cole
catches him. Clubbing blows to the back. Ripcord forearm, though. Leapfrog by Gargano. Super kick to the back of the head.
Well, Gargano may be out. Oh! German suplex. And somehow Gargano managed to kick out.
Ah.
Well, Gargano's busted up inside and out, and Cole is looking to try and finish it off.
Was he looking for the pedigree?
Oh no, he's looking for the Chumpers move. Now Cole for second.
Gargano ducking underneath, catching with a super kick. Springboard reverse, Rana. Huge super kick. Sends Cole rolling to the outside and maybe rolling Gargano's chance at getting a championship just out of reach.
Well, Gargano can't believe how close he came then. He's got to try and find a way to get Adam Cole in the ring. But Cole drags Gargano. Oh my God.
German release. Suplexes Gargano to the edge of the ring apron. Gargano must be seeing stars right now. Now Cole lifting a dead weight Gargano into the ring. It could be the actual last shot.
Well, this has been unbelievable night. It's been, quite frankly, awesome as well. But Gargano may be playing possum a little bit.
Suspension DDT. Plants Cole. Leaps over the top rope. Hits it DDT. Goes for the cover. 1, 2.
Oh.
No. Cole managing to kick out. And again rolling to the outside. But Gargano's not done there. Set to go flying suicide dive. Sends Cole back first into barricade. Goes him back in. Leaps through the second. Gets caught with a super kick.
And now Cole, Canadian Destroyer.
This has got to be it.
1, 2. Oh.
Gargano managing to kick out.
Well, fight forever chant. And it has been fantastic. And Adam Cole cannot believe that he hasn't got the job done yet. The way Gargano using the ropes to somehow try to get to his feet. And I think that might be the last shot now.
Ha! I see what you did there. Cole kicking Gargano to the outside, following him down.
And Adam Cole just calling Johnny a failure, saying you'll never accomplish anything.
But hasn't Johnny Gargano won more than Adam Cole?
Yes.
Or if not as much.
But this might fire up Gargano if Cole's not careful.
And just as you say that, Gargano fires back with a couple of huge forearms. Cole tries getting into the ring out of Sanctuary, but gets thrown over the announce table.
Uh-oh, and now the announce table's coming into play. And Gargano's going to look to put Adam Cole for the announce table.
Well, we're not seeing Johnny wrestling. We're not seeing Johnny Takeover. Looks like we're going to see Johnny Badass. But Cole catches him. Double underhook. Plants Gargano into the table, but the table don't go through. And getting hit with his former tag team partner, his bitter rival's move.
And the way Gargano's head just bounced off that announce table, I think he might be out. And Cole doesn't mind getting a count-out win. Any means necessary. And I don't think Gargano's going to make it. But it's not a bad way to go as referee's on 6.
7.
9.
Oh, no. Gargano in just in the nick of time. But as he walks right into Adam Cole's DIY kick as well.
1, 2. Oh. Gargano gets his shoulder up at 2.
2.
And Adam Cole give it. He's furious.
Is that just going to fire up Adam Cole though?
I don't know what left. Well, I don't know what Adam Cole's got left. But Gargano, he's got a glazed over look in his eye.
Fucking hell, he's got a bit of a gash above his right eye as well, hasn't he? I suppose with the adrenaline pumping though, he won't even feel it till after the match.
And now Adam Cole's got his eyes set on Gargano. And the crowd's still split.
He lowers the knee pad perhaps for one last time.
And is this the end for Gargano?
No, manages to catch the incoming Cole with a super kick, but gets caught with one from Cole. Canadian Destroyer again, but Gargano catches him, turns it into the Gargano escape.
And now can he clasp? Oh no, Roger!
Oh, for fuck's sake! How to completely fuck up a perfectly good match. Cole from behind. Gargano's got the Gargano escape locked in this time.
And Cole's tapping out. And Strong's track to the ref and Kyle O'Reilly's in.
Handsome O'Reilly with a rake to the eyes.
Oh, come on, ref. How do you not see that?
What the fuck's going on? Not like this. Oh, and Cole kicks Gargano into the referee. Prime for the other members of the Undeserving Era to come in and... Oh.
And double team Gargano, O'Reilly and Fish. Strong throws the referee back in. Not like this.
No.
1, 2.
Yeah. Gargano manages to kick out.
Well, the Undisputed Era getting involved, and that still can't put Gargano away. Come on, Johnny.
Fucking hell, you see that champion go mad?
Well, with help of his friends, talk about the numbers, the odds, everything.
And it's going to be a last shot.
And this might be the end of Gargano's dreams.
No, he throws Cole over the top rope into the other three members of the Undisputed Era. Fish, O'Reilly and Strong scatter like dominoes. All like dominoes.
Gargano throwing Cole in, but he's going after Strong in the ring post.
Ducks a kick from Bobby Fish. Catches O'Reilly. Kicks Fish on the way down. Tornado to Kyle O'Reilly. Now spurred on by the fans. Come on, you Spurs. Runs into a super kick from Cole. One to the front of the head, one to the back.
Last shot. Goes for the cover.
1, 2. Oh my God. Gargano manages to kick out.
And the crowd can't believe it. He gave not just his last shot, but his best shot and couldn't get the job done.
Oh, Cole's giving him everything he's got and everything the Undisputed Era's got. What more could he have in his repertoire?
Well, Gargano's dead weight and Cole saying this is over. It's Adam Cole's time. One last shot. Gargano dodges it.
Gargano escape.
Can he get it in?
He has.
He's got it. Cole's got nowhere to go at the moment.
Oh, no. Looking to get to the bottom rope, but Gargano rolls through. Tap.
Yes. Oh, Cole taps. And Johnny Gargano
finally
is your new NXT champion.
Johnny Champion.
Johnny Gargano. Johnny Takeover. Johnny Wrestling. And like you said, Dan, Johnny Champion. What did you think of that match?
Absolutely fucking brilliant. Even the interference from the Undisputed Era play into a win for them. I think it was the best way of doing it. And yes, it is probably the best match that I've seen Adam Cole in.
It's one of the best matches. It's obviously going to be on the Match of the Year candidate. But this was fantastic stuff, and credit to Adam Cole for that.
Was it as good or better than the Raiders versus Black O'Shea at the kickoff of the show?
Yeah, I think it was better. Yeah, this match is the best.
So if you said that one's got to be a 5, what is this one then?
This is Match of the Year candidate. This is
5.25.
This is a classic encounter. This is better than Gargano versus CN as well. Like if you look throughout the annals of NXT greatest matches, this may possibly be the greatest match of NXT history. It's how good it was in the
Gargano
falls.
Ciampa.
Honest to goodness, this here told the story. You didn't know which way it was going to go. And look at this now at the end.
Candice LeRae.
And she celebrates with her husband, who's finally the champion after all the hard work, all the trials and tribulations that they had. They can finally think it was worth it. And Goldie is now with Johnny Gargano. And what an unbelievable moment as well. You know, no one has deserved the championship so much. It's right here on WrestleMania weekend, what WrestleMania weekend's all about. But credit to Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era, look good in defeat, and hopefully they can respond from this. You know, feud around Cole and Gargano, I'll be definitely into it. Means after that as well, points-wise, it ends 4-2 to me. Both get a point for that. 4-2, and of course I win the takeover. But what a takeover it has been, Dan. What are your thoughts on that main event? Unbelievable, isn't it?
It was great, and it's not only the match, but the look and feeling of relief that Johnny must be feeling as well now. You know, finally, after doing everything he can against Tommaso Ciampa to try and get the title from him, and, you know, just going up against all and every single obstacle that the Puppet Master's been put in his way. And it's just like the culmination of the perfect story for him.
Without a shadow of a doubt, it's been fantastic. And what better way to end in that feel-good moment with Gargano getting a victory, even after the Undisputed Era attack, even everything else, all the obstacles and injuries, finally getting the job done. Really, really great stuff. As a takeover, fantastic. You talk about, you know, the card in itself. The first match, Raw Raiders versus Ricochet and Black. What a fantastic way to start, Dan, you know?
It was an absolute classic encounter between the two. Raiders definitely have gone up a lot in my estimation as well. You know, they've gone from someone who, I don't know, did they deserve to be here? But after seeing that, and Hanson as well, I mean, he, for big guys, Rowe, very good as well. I think these two guys can carry the tag team division between them.
Well, and I think they're probably the best booked tag team champions at the moment when you look at overall. Plus, Ricochet's full away slam as well on Hanson was a thing of, you know what I mean? You don't think, oh yeah, he's going to be a stretch, but it was actually really, really great to see that. Fantastic match, and the respect afterwards as well, like, you know, saying goodbye to Ricochet and Ali B was really great, you know.
You know, and how much NXT has meant to the both of them. You can see with tears in their eyes, you know, it meant a whole lot to them just to be there and, you know, giving respect to the fans that have helped build them up in NXT as well.
Yeah, no, honestly, it was a great way to start the show. And doing moves on North American Championship, Riddle versus Dream. Weren't sure which way it's going to go, but I was really impressed with both men in this. It told a great story, didn't it, you know?
Yeah, again, you know, it wasn't a terrible match. Dream looked very good. Even Riddle didn't look too bad. And the ending as well, it's, I don't know, it's like, fucking hell, Dream managed to escape. Yeah. And it was because he was on the receiving end of the punishment throughout the whole fucking match. And, you know, you think, fuck me, this is going to be a Riddle beatdown and an elementary victory for him. But the way Dream managing to escape and just catching kind of an unexperienced NXT performer in Riddle.
Well, without a shadow of that, and that's the story told. Riddle, who played, you know, heel maybe majority of that match, still looked quite good, you know.
So for the Raiders versus Blackochet, what did you score that match?
I gave that 5 out of 5.
Yeah, 5.
And Riddle and Dream, I like the way Riddle played that heel off well, and I like the way Velveteen Dream, you know, came through the victory. I gave that 4 and a quarter out of 5.
I gave that a 4 out of 5. It wasn't a terrible match, but I don't know, it was missing something a little slight bit.
Then we had Pete Dunne versus Walter. It was everything I wanted and more. Yeah, it was a slow way to start, but the attitude of Dunne throughout the whole match, with that look on his face saying, I don't sweat you. You know, even through it, to fight his way, you know, scratching and clawing, just showed why he's been a champion for 700 days. You know, a really great effort. But Walter, you know, how many men have withstood the kind of joint manipulation and what Dunne can do? And even with like a broken couple of fingers, I think Walter was always going to kind of get the job done in a way because of how dominant he was. And to finish it off, we talk about how to end things. You know, with that powerbomb off the top and then a big splash by the big man, you know, Dunne was down, and it was shocking to hear the 3 count go down. But Walt, I think it's exciting times for him as UK champ. Plus, I think Dunne has been incredible at being champion as well.
Again, you know, it leaves questions unanswered. You know, what's next for Dunne? Is he going to stay around in NXT UK? Is he going to go to American NXT, or is he going to go to the main roster and try and hone his craft there? He's been around for a little while now. You know, he held the championship for, you know, nearly 700 days. And he certainly has made that championship credible.
Yeah.
He, you know, we've questioned the credibility of the Universal Championship, whether that is, you know, it can stand up to one of the top titles in WWE or /NXT. And we've no doubt about the NXT UK Championship in that respect.
What did you give that out of 5?
I gave that a 4 1/4.
I gave that a 4.5 out of 5. So I thought it was better than Riddle and Dream, and it's exactly the same review then without scoring. Women's Championship up next. What are your thoughts on the match?
It wasn't a terrible match. It had some good moments, but it had some slow bits. Again, you know, it was good because Shayna Baszler was kind of watered down a bit. But, you know, I would like to have seen a bit more interaction between Kairi Sane and Io Shirai. I'd like to have seen them have a good little solid go at it against each other. You know, or maybe like all three women kind of getting Shayna Baszler and like, you know, just planting her through an announce table or something. The best thing about that match is that Shayna Baszler, yes, she may have got the victory, but she done it without the help of Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, which I think is probably the most poignant point to take away from that match.
Yeah, I think that's true. Hopefully, as well, we see a few months down the line, Shai versus Sane for the Women's Championship. I think that would be cracking to see that, you know, that feud to kind of, even you could use friendship and just move Baszler on after a while. We've done all we can. If Mauro Ranallo's referred to her as Oscar-like, then there's no, you know, Baszler doesn't need to break a record or whatever it is. She can just move on. Obviously, she's getting made as a replacement for Rousey once she, you know, kind of moves on. But still, I think as a match-wise, it wasn't bad. I gave it 3 3/4 out of 5.
I gave that a 3.5. So I'm just like dropping a quarter on you.
Dropping a quarter, basically. I thought it was still good. Bianca Belair, you know, I liked her in parts. And then, of course, the main event that we've just seen now, Dan. I know, it's been incredible stuff as Johnny wrestling now celebrating with his family. His dad, who wasn't at the Takeover last time he fought for the NXT title. Family and friends, it's a great moment. But what a match it was.
It was a very good match, and, you know, as we said at the end, it was probably one of the best that we've seen on NXT, maybe even WWE. A great ending as well, you know, the false finishes. Was Johnny Gargano going to get counted out? Was the numbers game going to go against him? Was the last shot going to go against him? You know, and then finally, Gargano achieves his dream. And, you know, what is next for Gargano? What is next for Cole?
Right, interesting. It's a good question, isn't it? You know, from this as opposed to kind of why did they do that? The story told throughout the whole match was a thing of beauty from either man, and the crowd really behind Cole. So it made, like I said, the false finish mean even more when they kind of wanted Cole to get the job done. And it's seen as he was a replacement for Ciampa. It didn't feel that way in this match. You know what I mean? And I think that's what really well. Yeah, I mean, if we gave the open match 5 out of 5. I guess I give this 6 out of 5. I don't know how I'll rank it then. What is it? 5 out of 5 again?
I'm going to give it 5 1/8 because I've given a 5.5, I think, before.
Have you given 5.5?
So, well, you know, it's if something exceeds the top score, that looks like Jared.
Well, don't forget, we'll Candice LeRae with Johnny Gargano. Johnny is now our champion. Yeah, definitely match of the night as well, wasn't it? You know, that shadow of a doubt, the main event. Gargano and Candice LeRae celebrating. And oh my God, Dan, look who it is.
Oh.
Maybe it was a ruse.
He's behind me, isn't he? And Ciampa wearing a neck brace.
Oh.
Embraces his former friend, bitter enemy. And, you know, when someone like that achieves his dream, does everything kind of get put on the back burner?
I think it does. Even Candice LeRae, see how genuinely happy she is. Chump saying you deserve it. The black heart is here. Looking at Goldie, it's now Gargano's. And what a moment. And what moments we've seen talk about the sign of respect, Ricochet and Black, Riddle and Dream, and now finally at the end.
Well, as you know, as we said after the first couple of matches, should this have been renamed NXT Takeover Respect? I mean, Gargano got the championship off Ciampa, probably not the way he wanted to, but very impressively, nonetheless.
And it's a beautiful moment here. Well done for NXT. They said always deliver, and they should, like I said, either Takeover Respect or Takeover just awesome, because it's been brilliant here. It's really difficult to score. I think the only thing overall that for me lets it down is the quality of the women's match. I think if it's a singles women match, then, you know, I think it would have been 10 out of 10. For me, I'm going to give this a 9.25 low out of 10, because that's how good it was.
I'm going to give it a 9.5, because I think, you know, as you say, it was one match that let it down, but everything else was either strong or overly strong. And even the women's match, it wasn't. It was bearable.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good match.
There wasn't many quiet moments during it. It was, it wasn't the best women's match we've seen. I mean, if that had had an Oscar versus Nikki Cross last woman standing match, this would have been 11 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, even Tony Storm versus Io Shirai, or you know what I mean, or something. Kari Sane in that mould there maybe would have made it. But
indeed, but I think it was an absolute brilliant takeover, and I don't even think on WrestleMania.
Honestly, I think we've completed wrestling with just one event,
But overall, 9.5. I think that is a very fair score. What else is there to say on it?
Well, so let's watch right now the NXT after Takeover. Alright, so let's wrap up then Takeover and Mania week with the last episode of NXT, episode 501, and it's the 10th of April.
We start with a highlight package of everything which happened at Takeover New York, and then it's our new theme song from Slipknot, and it's swanky new intro video.
Nigel McGuinness, Mauro Ranallo, and Percy Watson/Jackson welcome to the show as Candice Wrestling makes her entrance.
And that brings us to our first match. It's Candice LeRae versus Aaliyah or Nymph.
Nymph. I do like Nymph. We saw her on Breaking Ground. She's come out here with Vanessa Bourne. And the action now, we've seen a lot of the NXT women's division recently, of course, with the 4 women fighting at Takeover. Do you think either of these two stand a chance in the long run in the women's division?
I think Candice LeRae stands more of a chance than pretty much any other woman because, obviously husband Johnny Wrestling has kind of become NXT champion, so it would be kind of like the cherry on top of the icing if it was Candice LeRae to become women's champion.
Well, the thing with me with Candice is that, and what we've seen with videos, going against Joey Ryan and people like that, we know she's a great talent in herself, and it would be a little bit of a shame if they were just to make her out as Johnny's wife and that's it, because I think Candice LeRae in her own right can really bring the action, but it's Nymph in the early going in the attack, and she's definitely getting confidence. We've seen her wrestle now. I mean, she started at a very basic level, and, is trying to make her way up.
Well, made her way back into the ring and got drop kicked immediately by Candice. And now LeRae looks set to go flying.
Well, Bourne to the outside, checking on Nymph.
Nope, she was just going to do a baseball slide, but Nymph and Bourne moved out of the way. Candice LeRae with a 619 type kick to the head of Aaliyah.
And now she's going to make her way back in, but it's Vanessa Bourne causing distraction at ringside. LeRae back on the apron. And Nymph just grabbing the arm and basically choking Candice on that second rope.
Bounces her head first off the mat.
And it's aggressive style here by Nymph as you're looking to bring it. It'll be a huge victory for her.
She's too much about rolling and flipping and nipping and then as opposed to wrestling.
Well, that's the thing. She hit the knee and then did a flip instead of taking advantage. But now she's stomping Candice down in the corner.
And walking her dry.
And showing her aggressive style. And now got hold of Candice.
Head first to the mat. Goes for the cover, but only a 1 count.
1. And now it's Nymph with a submission and uses Candice's arms to choke herself out. Well, Candice managing to roll Nymph off the submission. Separation rolled into the corner. Here comes Aaliyah in, but Candice moves. But it's still Nymph in the ascendancy. Now she's got the back of Candice.
Does Candice kind of struggling against Nymph kind of push her back a couple of steps as opposed to elevating her? I mean, Nymph's probably, the 6th or 7th best woman on the card, and that's of a card of about 8 women.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? But you've got to try and make her look a bit competitive as you just hit a huge boot on Candice. This might be it. Upset, goes for the cover, but no, LeRae up at 2.
2.
But it's like Candice is a better talent. She deserves better. But at the moment, we'd look at the women's division, NXT. It's not the strongest it's been, is it? So you have to try and kind of, build people, whether it be a liar. But she might have just bitten off more. She just slapped Candice.
Goes for a kick to the midsection. Candice catches the foot. Boots Nymph down. Follows up with a huge clothesline.
And now this might be Candice's comeback.
Big back elbow.
Trying to get the crowd into it. Oh, and then step up senton. I don't think she's finished yet. Here she comes now. Off the second rope.
Springboard moonsault. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, and puts a lie away there.
It was like the lion salt, wasn't it?
It was a lion, but a little bit botched there. She didn't hit it all, did she? But she got the job done. We expect Candice to win that match. And Nymph, she's picking things up slowly, isn't it? I don't think there's anything really else to add to that match.
No, not at all.
All right, so we move on.
Yes, well, do you want to read this bit, James? Because it's our man, Buddy Murphy.
We've always liked Murphy.
I've always been a big fan of his, yeah.
Yeah. Percy introduces a video package on Velveteen's dream successful North American title defence over Matt Riddle from last Friday, and we get a tease of his next defence with a video of him taunting Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania. We're going to have more news on that in a little bit. But, I mean, my God, you're our man, Buddy Murphy.
Our former NXT champion, the man, Buddy Murphy. I mean, I've always liked him. I've always predicted big things for him. But, you know, he's gone from NXT to 205 Live. Is he jumping back up to NXT?
Well, it looked that way. And, you know, he's definitely got the kind of size and look about him to be a success. And to jump straight into the North American title feud with Velveteen Dream. If it's just a one-off match, it brings so much more. It brings so many more eyes to Buddy Murphy as well, and we'll keep a close on that.
Well, Morrow handles the highlights of War Raiders Takeover opening Ronaldo handles the highlights of the War Raiders Takeover opening tag title win over Ali B and Ricochet, and then we see General Manager William Regal and Triple H introducing Kushida before the show.
No, we saw Kushida at the start of the year special. He's signed with NXT. He should be a really exciting talent. He can go in the ring.
So is he more of a Shinsuke Nakamura type level, or is he a Kota Ibushi?
Well, let's see what happens. I was surprised he wasn't on 205 Live straight out the gates. But like I said, if we've got a plan for him, then let's hope he's more Nakamura than he is Itami. You know. Up next, it's Jackson Ryker versus Danny Burch, and of course we've seen these two teams mixing it up lately. Forgotten Sons knocking 1 and 2 out of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. And then Ryker beating, I think it was Lorcan in singles action. Now he's going against Danny Burch.
Oh, Burch comes straight out though. Running drop kick, headbutt to the chest, goes for a cover.
Oh.
Barely gets a 1 count.
1. But I think Danny Burch has scouted Jackson Ryker and said, right, let's try and put him away in the early going. If anyone could do it, it's the veteran Brit who's got such a great style and it's on the offence. Lines, step up in security. I think it was blocked by Ryker.
Head first off the top turnbuckle, but Burch manages to get his elbow goes up to the second rope, but gets his legs swept from underneath him from Jackson Ryker.
And now Ryker just with a clubbing blows, and we talked about this as well with Forgotten Sons and Ryker not being involved. Does this give him a chance now? Of course, he's a former gunner in TNA, so we've seen a little bit more than maybe others. I mean, he's a guy that needs to learn. I think NXT's a kind of perfect place for him at the moment. He doesn't look out of place right now, does he? You know,
he doesn't indeed. No, you can kind of tell that he's I don't know. Is he? Would you classify him as kind of like the leader of the Forgotten Sons?
This is the weird thing, isn't it? So I guess at the moment, you know, even though he doesn't talk a lot, he's kind of like the main focus. Maybe he's more like the security at the moment in time when it comes to the Forgotten Sons. But I think Ryker definitely hasn't put a foot wrong yet, even though it's very monstery style that we have seen in NXT and WWE when it comes to Ryker. But it does work. He does look quite intimidating, you know, especially with all the tattoos, and he is in good shape. And at the moment, he's just dominating Danny Burch. But never discredit Burch.
No, he's as tough as a $2 steak.
He's as tough as he looks. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's when we look at the British strong style when it comes to like Pete Dunne or indeed Danny Burch. He'd definitely back it up. He gets caught in a sleeper, but hits a jawbreaker to get out of it. And then just a huge chop to Ryker's chest. And again, backing up the big man, but he seems to like it. Burch with a clotheslines. Ryker's still not off his feet.
Oh, trying to bring everything he's got to Ryker. Corner clothesline, step up, kick to the head. Up to the second. Lovely seated drop kick.
And that finally knocks Ryker down, even though he's stumbling.
Danny Burch is very agile for a 37-year-old.
He's brilliant, isn't he? You know, I do love Danny Burch.
Dispatches Cutler and Blake. Only Lorcan comes in, a flying crossbody takes them both down.
And is this Danny Burch's chance to put Riker away? Uh-oh, no. Jackson catches him.
No. Burch with a small package, but only gets a 2 count.
2. And then a double axe smash there. Maybe changing things. He's got him round the throat.
Oh, chokeslam set out powerbomb. 2, 3.
Well, Jackson Riker gets the win. He calls it the Widowmaker. And he's put Burch away there. Is that impressive by Jackson Riker?
I'm not too keen on the term Widowmaker because wasn't that Victoria's
It
finisher?
Was actually,
and it was a completely
it,
different finisher.
Chest up, down, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, that's what he's calling it. But are you impressed with Riker in this match?
Well, he seems, certainly seems strong. I did like, the mild interference as well. That was impressive. As Jackson Riker loads Burch up for a second Widowmaker, but only Lorcan comes into his defence. He gets caught by the throat. And now the other 2 members of the Forgotten Son comes in, and only Lorcan's doing his best to fight them off, but after a little while the numbers game gets a bit too much for him.
Well, there's only so much the Chops could do, and now the Forgotten Son's just beaten down 1 and 2. And this feud looks like it's just getting started. Oh my God.
Well, who would you see joining the team of 1 and 2?
At the moment, if Pete Dunne is available, bring him in. I have no doubt in my mind that he would make that team stronger. I think the thing is, with the British talent, as a perfect story, or even anybody from NXT, if you'd pick a third man, who would be good teaming up with Lorcan and Burch?
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a Canadian knocking about in NXT? Because you got the Brit, American, Canadian.
Oh, yeah, you can have that.
Or you get an Asian. Yeah, I'm not trying to be stereotypical.
No, we have like United Nations or something like that. But his storyline is open for a third man, whatever face it will be,
Well, Nigel tells us about the Fatal 4-Way where Shayna Baszler retained her women's title over Io Shirai, Kairi Sane and Bianca Belair when she submitted the EST. We see the Fallout interview where Baszler tells Sarah Schreiber she's never losing the belt.
Well, we'll then get a Billie Eilish scored recap of Walter and in Pete Dunne's historic UK Championship reign. Faces interview avows there will be a rematch.
Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole's NXT title match from Barclays gets the full unseen footage treatment. We see the clip released after the show where Adam Cole begins to blame Roderick Strong for his loss, and then Undisputed Era chases off the cameras when they notice they're being filmed. So, bit of distinction in the undeserving era.
Yeah, and the thing is you got to ask yourself this. Is it Adam Cole, everybody's questioning his leadership, or is it Roderick Strong who's got a problem there? So there's plenty of ways they could kind of make this into an interesting storyline here, whether they kick Strong out or they try and take Cole down.
Well, since they've kind of had Bobby Fish back into the fold, do they really need Roderick Strong anymore?
Well, this is the thing. I don't think they do. I think maybe a woman would fit in there better if they're kind of trying to take over the whole thing. I don't think Strong's strong enough, sorry about the pun, for the North American Championship,
Well, indeed, yes. Especially he's going to have to kind of dethrone Velveteen Dream, or maybe it might be Buddy Murphy.
Exactly, and Matt Riddle wants to throw his hat in the ring as well at some point as well. So it's very interesting at the moment as it heats up in NXT.
But then if Adam Cole wins, say, the North American Championship and the Undeserving Era win the Tag Team Championships, does that mean his prophecy has come true if they've kind of kicked out?
I suppose it would be, yeah, if it's kind of the original member. Strong's not kind of the original part of the team. I mean, it'd be interesting times to come, and it adds another layer to the Undisputed Era because they've got to start doing something with them soon. Because, like I said, if they're not being successful, then you have to kind of bring something else into it. But speaking, we talked about the tag team titles there, and of course the War Raiders that dominate the tag team division. But in our main event, we're going to get the Street Profits versus a team that I'm quite fond of, Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner, the EU connection, and in a really big match here against Street Profits. But I'm not really 100% on the Street Profits. What about you?
They're certainly over with the fans. I think they was recently Evolved Tag Team Champions for a little while. They've certainly not so much in NXT.
No,
they've been floundering for a little while. But is this what you would class as a number one contenders match?
Well, it's weird, again, because we talked about the women's division earlier. Tag team division isn't at its strongest. And you could say Eichner and Barthel really should be in NXT UK if we want to be a part of it, you know. But the Street Profits here are probably one of the most high-profile tag teams on the roster, and yeah, they've been around for a long time as well, so they want to make an impact soon.
There's certainly a couple of characters, but the amount of times where we've said, you know, this division's not as strong as it should be, that division's not as strong as it should be, but yeah, takeover after takeover after takeover, they're scoring 9s, 9.5s.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're still pulling it out.
They get there in the end, didn't they, with the big matches, but with the tag team titles this takeover, they had to get 2 single stars to be involved to make it a competitive matchup.
Well,
so,
you know, we say like the women's and the strong, but with Ali B and Ricochet, they've all but moved up to the main roster. Ciampa's out injured. You've got Johnny Gargano, Velveteen Dream. It's going to have to rely on Matt Riddle.
Well, the thing,
as much as you hate that.
Well, Buddy Murphy as well. Maybe use people from 205 Live. Pete Dunne as well could be another star of NXT. You know, he's done all he can in NXT.
But wouldn't
UK.
you say he deserves to go up to the main roster? He's already kind of shown what he can do in NXT before the NXT UK brand was about.
But when you want to, I mean, if they'll use him better in NXT than they would do in the main roster. I don't want to see him jobbed out and being on main event.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. You know, I'd love to see him go from UK champion, NXT or North American champion, NXT champion, and then just literally go through like working off the titles. Right, got that one. Intercontinental US.
Exactly. Become like a proper Grand Slam champ.
And he's got the time to do it as well.
Well, you talk about time, you know, some people do get chucked up to the main roster, you know, really quickly. And there's some people like Angelo Dawkins and the Street Profits who have been around for years. And it wasn't until he started teaming up with Montez Ford and formed the Street Profits that they finally get a bit of traction in NXT. And at the moment, well, we saw Ford starting early. Don't get me wrong, Street Profits are very, very athletic, and we can see that ability with Ford kind of landing his feet and avoiding the flips.
And you've got, like, you know, the smaller athletic one, and you've got the bigger hard-hitting one that's going to come in for the hot tag, clean house. So, yeah, you know, I think they have the makings of a very good tag team, and, you know, again, they're certainly over with the fans. They've got their good little gimmick.
Without a doubt, you know, and I think credit to Eichner and Barthel who's got to taken over this match, slow it down a little bit. Marcel Barthel should say he's kind of got that look about him. I don't want to compare him to William Regal, but he's kind of got that sneer that he looks down at you that I quite appreciate. I think that character can be used quite well, and Eichner can do stuff in the ring that you wouldn't expect. But Ford has been worked on by the EU Connections. Finally got the tag to Dawkins,
who comes in and shoves Barthel into Eichner, or Eichner into Barthel.
No, he's big man's in, and he's on fire, baby. And it's Marcel's been thrown around.
Very suplex machine-like.
He takes out Eichner and Marcel.
And Ford's all tied up in the ring ropes. Oh, very innovative drop kicks there.
Looked like double drive-bys, didn't it? And then Barthel with a kick into Eichner, and we... Oh my God, brainbuster down.
Suicide dive to take out Dawkins.
That was nice by Marcel. We don't see him flying off, didn't now. Eichner.
Double springboard moonsault. 1, 2. Oh, no. Kick out.
And what a huge victory it would have been for Eichner right there. So close yet so fumbling. And now Eichner wants Barthel back in his corner. And now Eichner's going to pick him up to powerbomb Ford. Here comes Barthel. Oh!
Well, he kind of... just as Eichner was about to powerbomb Ford, Dawkins comes in and spears him.
And Barthel sends Dawkins to the outside.
Ford gets a blind... Dawkins gets a blind tag from Ford.
And he's got Barthel on his shoulders.
Oh! Okay, now electric chair blockbuster. 1, 2, 3.
And the Street Profits get the job done. And I'm going to say this. I think they stole that victory there because... Eichner and Barthel were in control the majority of that match, but I don't think it's too bad. Dan, what were your thoughts?
No, it was a very entertaining. I think it was quite a quick. It's not a show-stealing tag team match that we've seen, like, you know, a lot of the ones we've seen on NXT, but it was reasonably strong, and Street Profits certainly deserved their victory. And again, you know, I don't want to go comparing them, but they've got slight New Day-esque bits about them. You know, not just because they're of African descent. But, you know, just their mannerisms about it, especially Montez Ford.
Yeah, I mean, they're both quite entertaining, and they are great athletes, and let's hope they get a proper storyline now in the feud. to focus on in NXT. But I think with Barthel and Eichner as well, you know, you can use them in NXT like this, or you can drop them down to NXT UK and actually have them as a serious threat. But anyway, not a bad episode of NXT. And we talked about earlier, NXT North American champion Velveteen Dream appears to have his eyes, all three of them locked on Buddy Murphy.
In 2 new videos posted on the Dream's Twitter account, the superstar provocateur can be seen mocking the Unstoppable after his Cruiserweight title loss to Tony Nese on the WrestleMania kickoff.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream North American title against Matt Riddle at Takeover. Not only ridiculed the Australian superstar over losing the Cruiserweight Championship, but also accused Murphy of being unable to handle the spotlight. Now, Dream, I love you, son, but please, there's a few things you don't do. You don't spit in the wind, you don't tongue a Superman's cape, and you do not say that Murphy can't get the job done or handle the spotlight, because when he does show up, and it's been confirmed now on NXT, it's going to be the Dream versus Murphy for North American Championship. There will be, and I'm predicting it right now, you're a new North American champion, and it will be our man, Buddy Murphy. So interesting times, and like I said, it is WrestleMania week, so after TakeOver, we've got news about WrestleMania, Raw and SmackDown.
News! Well, WrestleMania had the most title changes in a single WWE event ever. Out of 16 matches on the card, 9 of them were title matches, and when you factor in the main event was for both titles, the changes. Only the Usos and Samoa Joe, who defended the SmackDown Tag Team titles and United States titles respectively, managed to hang on to their belts. For Joe, it was a quick 1-2, finishing off the injured Rey Mysterio in 1 minute.
Well, Tony Nese, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Seth Rollins, the Iconics, Kofi Kingston, Finn Balor and Becky Lynch were all crowned winners throughout the 7.5 hour night as the Cruiserweight, Raw, Universal, Women's, WWE Heavyweight, Intercontinental and Raw owners.
Well, didn't the SmackDown tag teams change hands on the Tuesday anyway? Because the Hardys.
Yeah.
Oh, apart from the quick United States title match, the 2 other title matches were over relatively quick. After the bell officially, it only took Seth Rollins 2 minutes and 30 seconds to win the Universal title from Brock Lesnar. The other quick match was Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental title, and Demon Balor was crowned new champion just 4 minutes and 5 seconds later.
Yeah, and Ronda Rousey broke her right hand in the main event of WrestleMania as well, according to sources. The plan was always for her to take a break, but this just seals it. It was first reported by Dave Meltzer.
Who's a dickhead. If you're listening, Dave, you're a cunt. Well, Davis's retirement from wrestling after WrestleMania defeat to Triple H.
He said, to all the WWE fans across the world that gave me the opportunity to suspend your disbelief, thank you, wrote the 50-year-old on Instagram.
He don't look 50, does he?
No, he looks great shape.
Well, from the biggest part of my heart, thank you for letting me entertain you. Tonight was my storybook ending, and I wanted to leave you with all I had to give. I'll miss this theatre of violence more than I can express in words, but I'm officially retiring from sports entertainment. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I'll leave in good health, and without doubt the show will go on. I've had a hell of a run. Thank you for the journey.
Another story as well was Sasha Banks apparently tried to quit after WrestleMania when she found out she was losing the tag team titles. She apparently on Twitter, she's unfollowed WWE and started following AEW. So, you know, the thing is now is there's a chance for talent if they play it right, and I think Banks is playing the game well, is if you just look at what happened at the Revival, just look at well, obviously not the Revival now, but beforehand, with the Usos with the tag team titles as well.
Yeah, we'll let you win the titles, and then as soon as they've signed the contract, the ink weren't even fucking dry. Right, Hawkins' 269 match losing streak is going to end against you.
Yeah. But Becky Lynch, the man, has been on Twitter and has said that she will fight Sasha Banks anytime, anywhere. So she's making a deal with it. Of course, she's one of the 4 horsemen. There'll be a storyline down the road. But for Banks, she has to play these games because she's not being treated as a star. She needs to position herself. If she was to go for AEW, there is no doubt in my mind she would be the kind of top women over there as well, you know. So this is a beautiful thing when it comes to competition if AEW are going to be a serious threat, you know.
But they're all signing to a company that hasn't even started any productions yet. I mean, like, I think All In's going to be their first official production, and then, you know, there's no reports of with them. You know, I wish them all the best.
Yeah, you know, we're here to like I say, we're looking at WrestleMania and WWE, of course, but the latest news for AEW was their looking to get the TV deal done for Tuesday nights by TNT, which was the same people that ran Nitro, of course, throughout the years, well, Turner Broadcasting. If they can get through with that, but there are rumours at the moment, nothing is really confirmed. And like I said, the next event is all in anyway, so they're building towards that. Anyway, what did you a week after now, basically?
I thought it was a very entertaining WrestleMania. It was probably one of the best WrestleManias, I say, that we've done since the podcast started. It was a very, very, very good feel-good factor for a WrestleMania. Despite the depth of talent, it seems like there was a couple of people missing from it as well.
Yeah, but I don't think that kind of really made it miss it out. I think WrestleMania was a big show. I think the only problem with it was how long it was. You need to cut it up to really enjoy it, and I think they'll never do it anyway. But why not have a WrestleMania on a Saturday and a Sunday night? You could have had your kickoff matches then involved in the main show, or even have an hour kickoff and 3 hours of WrestleMania on a Saturday, main event by Kofi versus Bryan, and then on your Sunday night you can start off. You can even have Lesnar versus Rollins to start off the show then on Sunday, and you end it with Lynch. The fans won't get bored because you're sitting there for 3 or 4 hours, and they'll be able to enjoy all those moments as well.
And they'd get twice the amount of money from ticket sales.
Yeah, this is the thing. Or you can even do a deal. You can buy your ticket and you spend an extra whatever it is, and you can get both tickets for both nights, or you can get your individual tickets as well, and your Hall of Fame ceremony, you can be involved in that. You can even have the Hall of Famers come out and do a little saying as a pre-show for it. You know what I mean? You can do little things. They will never do that. I think 8 hours is just too long for a wrestling show. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact all day WrestleMania, wherever it is, but that's why the main event was affected a little bit. You talk about the botched finish and whatever it is. The referee did get fined for that. For the finish. So, it was a bit to blame. But then again, you're in the biggest match of your life. We were surprised he was a referee anyway. You had people like Mike Chioda or Charles Robinson who could have gone in there and done the job effectively, But I think WrestleMania was good. But the thing is that you just 8 hours, you just can't.
It is a bit too much, and especially if you factor in everything that's happened over the weekend, it does because you've obviously the Raw after Mania is a very good one as well, and the Smackdown after Mania, and then you've got the NXT after Mania, the 205 Live after Mania. You factor all that in, and especially for us over here in England, sunny old England, that. We've got jobs as well because podcasting doesn't pay as much as we hope it would. And, it kind of messes up with our sleep pattern as well because, we're going to sleep at, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning, and that's the time I'm usually getting up for work. So
yeah. I've literally just recovered. I think last night was the last proper go to sleep I've had since WrestleMania week. And like I said, it does take it out of you. But the thing is that the Raw after Mania always gets kind of talked up as being like a really huge one. I didn't really think it is that great. Maybe because WrestleMania we had so many feel-good moments, it kind of took away from Raw a little bit. But there was a few moments on Raw that we talk about. I mean, we won't go through the whole show. They did tease a Kofi versus Rollins winner-take-all match. Didn't like that they did that and then didn't give it to us at the end. But we did have a couple of bits of news, didn't we?
Yes, we had The Undertaker making his return. I don't know what at WrestleMania, or was there just so much going on at WrestleMania that they're like, we give him something for Monday Night Raw, so we got The Undertaker return in there.
Yeah, exactly. I really didn't understand it. It would have got us a bonus point as well on Sunday night if it happened.
It would have done as well, yeah. Because you see guitar playing douche, he was kind of saying, John Cena come back, rah, rah. But tonight, it doesn't matter who interrupts me, whatever happens, even if it's a McMahon or whoever, the show I'm going to give you the best rock performance ever. And obviously, that someone important's going to attack him during his song, and it was The Undertaker.
And apparently that's setting up a match at Saudi Arabia with Elias versus Undertaker. Probably going to be a casket match.
Is it going to be like the Rusev?
Yeah, literally, like last year. Bringing The Undertaker back out. What I think WWE are doing, and I might be wrong here, I think they're trying to show that The Undertaker is not just about WrestleMania. Obviously, there's a connection there between two, but they're saying, look, we don't need WrestleMania. The Undertaker doesn't make WrestleMania. WrestleMania doesn't make The Undertaker. The Undertaker can do other stuff. And maybe that's what they're trying. They're not doing it well, don't get me wrong, but I think that's what they're trying to make us look at, you know. There was Lars Sullivan. Well, Baron Corbin came out with people's called bad heat, but I like the heat he was getting because people just really dislike
calling
Baron
him
Corbin.
arsehole.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he's a bad guy. So, that's good to get. You know, silence is the worst thing. Came out and said about he beat Kurt Angle. Angle came down, got a great reception, took Corbin out with the Angle Slam. And then all of a sudden, Lars Sullivan's music hit. Now, he, of course, was going to make his debut back in January until he had his own kind of problems. He came down and just freak accident to Angle, laid him laying. Bit interesting. I liked it because Lars Sullivan obviously taking out Angle. But does that set up an Angle confrontation with Sullivan down the road? Or is that him done and he moves on? You know?
Was that him saying, look, you know, you may have lost to Baron Corbin but got one up him on the next night, but I've come and taken you out. But again, with me, it's like, well, you've taken out an old man who's retired. He's been like fucking, he was a wrestler 20 years ago. If you'd have done that to him 20 years ago, he would have fucking mullered you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And, you know, I know, it's making a statement, making a point. Randy Orton done a similar thing when he was doing his Legend Killer gimmick. But, you know, it does kind of get a bit boring. If you're going to make a statement, make it against someone that counts. Make it against the champion. Make it against someone who is actually fucking over and dominant as a monster.
Yeah. I completely agree with you there. We'll talk about the main event before we move on to the other bit. We had, obviously, Rollins and Kofi, and that got disrupted by the bar. Teddy Long then came running out and saying, it's a tag team match, player. They turned it into that. Weren't a bad thing, but don't tease us with that if you're not... You could have had that match at the start. You could have Rollins and Kofi wrestle for fucking 25 minutes, do you know what I mean? And then the bar coming out, and then the fans would have been happy because it's like, oh, okay, they're going to give us something. And then the other bit of news from Raw as well was Lacey Evans.
Well, Lacey Evans, Becky Lynch came out and she was celebrating her WrestleMania victory and, you know, obviously being in the main event of WrestleMania. Lacey Evans come out, had a long, hard look at Becky Lynch's titles, turned back round, delivered the woman's right, but Becky Lynch didn't even sell it. That's the thing, you know, this is supposed to be that woman's finish, Lacey Evans' finisher, but Becky Lynch just kind of like grinned it off and then started attacking her. Lacey Evans was wearing the most ridiculous fucking shoes, slipped over about 10 times. That was really fucking bugging me. And I think Lacey Evans kind of got the upper hand on Becky Lynch towards the end of the segment. And then it kind of just broke down with trainers, EMTs.
Referees down. And it's weird that they're kind of setting up for the future now as well. They're saying, look, Lacey Evans is going to kind of be featured prominently in the women's division, and Lars Sullivan's your kind of monster in the men's division as well. After the main event of Raw went off the air, WWE posted a video as well of this, and it was basically Dean Ambrose bringing an end to his WWE career on Monday Night Raw.
Yes, well, the Lunatic Fringe took to the ring for one final time, taking on Bobby Lashley the night.
The match turned into something of a mauling with Lashley being sent through the announce table, with Ambrose being sent through the announce table on his final night.
But that wasn't the last time that Ambrose was seen by the WWE Universe, as the 8-year career with the company came to a close.
In a touching reunion after Raw went off the air, Ambrose joined former Shield stablemates Roman Reigns and Universal Champ Seth Rollins to bid an emotional farewell at the Barclays Center, the same place he made his debut on the full roster.
Well, Ambrose, who leaves as a Grand Slam champion, declared, "One of the sweetest sights I've ever seen is a guy who's busted his ass for this company, for this locker room, who has dragged his broken, dead body through every highway, through every single building, right across this country and the world alongside my best friends. The sweetest sight I ever saw was Seth Rollins stomping Brock Lesnar's big, dumb lunchbox head into the mat."
Pinning him and holding that Universal Championship over his head and taking it back to the boys.
One of the other sweetest things I've ever seen was just recently when we saw Roman shit out of cancer and come back on Monday Night Raw.
I love this building. I know most of you aren't even here from New York. You came from all over the world. I love this building. I love the Barclays Center.
We opened up the Barclays Center, the very first ever WWE show, the very first pay-per-view TLC, whatever year that was. I'm getting very old, I can't remember. Our first WWE match on pay-per-view TLC, we got thrown into the wolves. Arn Anderson called us two indie schmucks on a football player.
Seth said, "We walked down the aisle, we tore it up and we took our spots. I have a lot of great memories in this building."
That match is probably my favourite match I ever had. Winning the Tag Team Championship with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam right here, in this ring, in this building.
But here's the thing you got to remember. A building is just a building. It's just bricks and mortar and wood and nails.
And what makes the building is the fans.
And there are no fans in the world like you, the fans who come here from all over the world to be here all WrestleMania week.
Who come to Access and all the different, and who sit through 3 tricking hours of Monday Night Raw and stay and sit here to listen to us talk. Without you, there is no us.
Screw this building. The important thing is the people who fill it, and that's you. So we want to say thank you once again.
Well, Ambrose departed amid chants of "Thank you, Dean" from those in attendance as the curtain was drawn on one of WWE's greatest stables.
So what are your thoughts on Dean Ambrose and his basic farewell speech, Dan? I know you're a huge fan.
I think it's gutting. It's one of these things that I don't know, does he feel that he hasn't been treated to his fullest potential? But then, you kind of look at Kofi Kingston, a man who's toured away for 11 years, only just achieving his dream. And I think that makes it taste a lot more sweeter to Kofi than, with Dean Ambrose. In that time, Kofi hasn't become WWE champion. Dean Ambrose has become a Grand Slam champion. And he's done pretty much everything, he can do in a career. So, is it him being unselfish? Is it him wanting too much? Or is it, WWE not giving him what he wanted? Is it just the allure of more money from, potentially there's a contract with his name on at All Elite Wrestling, which is going to put him better paid than Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns? Because, someone in the status of Dean Ambrose, he must be getting a fucking pretty penny.
Well, he's maybe the 5th or 6th highest paid guy in WWE as well. But I think for him, for Ambrose, it's not about the money. He looks at Seth Rollins beating Lesnar and thinks, why can't I be that guy? Don't get me wrong, he probably loves Rollins. He loves Rollins and Reigns. But he had a WrestleMania match against Lesnar. He was treated like shit. And now Seth gets the job done. He doesn't want to be a mid-card. He wants to be the best. It reminds me a little bit of CM Punk in that way of kind of, it's just not good enough to just be there at this moment in time collecting the check. You want to kind of be the best. And he probably thinks to himself, if he goes away, it'll be for a year, a couple of years. What's CM Punk now? If he was to come back tomorrow, how big that would be.
Oh, fucking
the
hell,
same with Ambrose. Yeah. If you're not seen, your legend grows, isn't it? And this is kind of the amazing thing about wrestling in some ways. Well, it's like your football team. If the player you like doesn't play, you go, well, if he was playing in this team, it'd make such a difference. You know what I mean? Then he comes in and he's shit. But it doesn't matter because you just want that guy. And I think with Ambrose, very similar. I'd be surprised if he left WWE and went straight to AEW. I would probably be 6 months away.
Dean Ambrose returning to a WWE ring within 4 or 5 years.
Oh, without doubt, yeah. I can see him come back sooner rather than later because the Shield thing's going to be money anyway. Because Rollins and Reigns are treated as the 2 big guys in WWE. And I think Ambrose just waiting for his moment to say, right, hang on a minute now, where's my chance? And I think he's going to he'll make more money with WWE than he will AEW. But it's up to Ambrose, it's up to what he wants to do. He's going to walk away from there. If he can build a career as Dean Moxley on the independent scene, then that'll be long forgotten then, won't it,
But didn't Vince McMahon say, right, you show us a contract from All Elite Wrestling and we'll better it?
Yeah, without doubt. That's what he said.
So Dean Ambrose is going to go out of contract for a little while, get the contract from All Elite Wrestling, say, look, there you go, Vince, beat it.
Yeah.
And he beats it, and
we talked about Sasha Banks earlier. It helps the talent out because now he wants what he wants to do, and with the money, and obviously Ambrose is, I don't get me wrong. I don't think Ambrose is the most extravagant person in the world. I don't think he spent loads of money. I think the money he's made in WWE would probably be enough. He wouldn't need to wrestle again. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to make the assumption, but I'm guessing, just because of the way.
Well, especially with Renee Young as well. She's obviously getting an announcer's wage, so. Yeah, they're both obviously not going to be short of a penny or two, but I think the best move for Dean Ambrose especially is go away for a couple of years, come back, 2, 3 years, 5 tops. Once, the landscape's changed slightly a bit better, and I think you'll be billed a lot better as well. And the same with Sasha Banks. As much as I wouldn't want to see her leave, especially because out of all 4 members of the 4 Horsewomen, she is your favourite.
Yeah, without doubt, I've always liked Sasha Banks,
So, it's kind of one of them things that it will be sad if she leaves, but it will be better if she comes back after a couple of years.
This is the thing. It helps talent out, doesn't it, That was Raw. We'll just quickly on to Smackdown. We had Kofi Kingston's WWE Championship victory celebration, which was really enjoyable. Got disrupted by the Bar and Drew McIntyre, and that main event was set for later on. And also, another thing I really liked on SmackDown, Samoa Joe, United States Champion, who was to answer the call, but Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman versus Joe, even though they fucked around with Strowman, I'm really looking forward to that match. I think with those two men, I think that could be really, really interesting as well. Also, what else do we have?
Sorry. Can I just... There was a very important moment that happened as well. Ali B, Ricochet and Ali teamed up to take on Rusev, Nakamura and Andrade. Andrade hit a reverse DDT and a 450 splash for the win. But afterwards, Orton hit an RKO on the heart of SmackDown Live Ali, which allowed Rusev to stand over and taunt him until KO hit the Bulgarian Brute with a stunner. You know, it's...
I've been showing how to hit an RKO nowhere, but I can just come out and bang a stunner out as well. After SmackDown went off the air, it was Owens versus Zayn. And Zayn was saying to Owens, please don't do anything. He hit him with 3 stunners. Job done. So it looks like Owens is going with that move. Because he was left off WrestleMania. How annoying would that be for Kevin Owens? Do you know what I mean? He was fully fit and yet not even using a Battle Royal.
That's the thing. We completely forgot about that for Raw. Sami Zayn making his return.
Oh, Sami Zayn, of course, made his turn as well, losing to Finn Balor.
Yeah.
But he gave a good promo, though, didn't he?
He did. He said, of all this time being away, and it's made it seem like you've all missed me, you've all missed doing this. Because when Sami Zayn came out, he got a huge fucking pop. Everyone was singing along to that. I think you once referred to it as a very catchy theme tune.
Yeah, it is very catchy.
But, you know, I don't see it myself.
So, I don't know what they're going to do with Zayn and Owens, but they're interested that they're both back now as well. Of course, we've got the Superstar Shake-Up happening next week. So they should move it around a little bit. Shane gloats about his victory. And then we had the Usos versus the Hardy Boys for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Very surprising result, I feel. Again, why not do it at WrestleMania if they're going to do it, you know?
Well, again, I think so much happened at WrestleMania that they wanted to save something for after Mania.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think, SmackDown had to get a little something, and the pop the Hardys got. Reunite the Hardys, is that the best idea? Especially with, with the broken Matt Hardy character and what he can do. I think at the time being, it's better than not being featured.
I think Broken Matt and Brother Nero will be the best version of the Hardys, and as they were celebrating their victory, Lars Sullivan did arrive and lay them both out with a freak accident.
Yeah, that's important, because Lars Sullivan, again, like talk about with the draft coming up, or the Superstar Shaker, Sullivan's been featured on Raw and SmackDown, took out a legend of Kurt Angle, and then took out the 2 legends in the Hardy Boys as well. Lacey Evans laid out Becky Lynch, again setting up a match between the two, and then New Day versus the Bar and McIntyre. McIntyre went to the back halfway through the match, and people were saying he was injured. The update I've got, obviously, because I'm very close to Drew McIntyre, the update, it was a plan all along. He is not injured. That is part of the storyline. So will McIntyre go to SmackDown in the shake-up, or is this is this a sign of things to come? I think Strowman to SmackDown makes sense. I think McIntyre to SmackDown makes sense.
Well, I think, this past Monday and Tuesday, it's been people wanting to stand out. I mean, Bliss made a return to the ring, defeating Bayley. So I think everyone wants to make themselves noticed. I think it has been, a good entertaining time for Raw and SmackDown, personally.
Yeah, I don't think it's been too bad. Exactly. Fair play for WWE to cram so much content in. And like I said, we've got the NXT afterwards as well. And we'll catch up with 205 and NXT UK on the WNR for April. We'll go through the schedule in a little bit. And speaking of even more talent, they've Worlds Collide. We had a tournament in January where the Velveteen Dream won it, but they've announced 4 Worlds Collide show. First one is NXT versus NXT First one is NXT versus NXT Alumni, and it's Sunday, April 14th.
Well, former NXT superstars battle current superstars from the Black and Gold brand, with matches including Roderick Strong versus Tyler Breeze, Dom Yak versus Harper, Sanity versus Undeserving Era, and Cassius Ohno versus Aiden English.
And the Cruiserweights collide Wednesday, April 17th. Cruiserweights from 205 Live, NXT UK and NXT will soar to new heights and never-before-seen matchups such as Tyler Bate versus Brian Kendrick, Akira Tozawa versus Jordan Devlin, Morgan Flash Webster and Mark Andrews versus Aria Daivari and Mike Kanellis, and Albert Hardy Jr. versus Grand Metalik versus Ligero.
And we got the Women Collide tournament, which is the 24th, and it's the top female superstars from NXT, NXT UK, Raw and SmackDown Live collide, with featured matches including Io Shirai versus Sonya Deville, Toni Storm versus Nikki Cross versus Bianca Belair, Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega, and Candice LeRae versus Kaylee Ray.
And then finally, Browns collide Wednesday, May the 1st. 2 over-the-top weight battle royals, 1 for male superstars and 1 for female superstars will take place on Browns Collide. Both battle royals will feature superstars from NXT and NXT UK, and the men's battle royal will additionally feature superstars from 205 Live. Who will be the last superstar standing when the dust settles? We'll find out because we will combine the worlds collide and bring it to you in one massive show.
Backstage interviewer Dasha Fuentes was released by WWE.
Yeah, no real news on why she was released, but apparently they're part. Well, I didn't mind Dasha Fuentes once I learnt her name. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's not.
Just learnt her name and then they go and fucking release her.
Get rid of her. Keep Charlie Fruso though. Pat McAfee wore shorts to WrestleMania, and it sent Michael Cole in a fucking divvy. And he basically shouted at Pat, and Pat was going to quit on the spot, but decided to stay. He was allowed to wear chinos at WrestleMania, but again, just so unprofessional. And poor Michael Cole's got so much more to deal with, and that's what basically he's saying. He's like, look, with 10 minutes to go, and you're fucking doing this to me, you know? And, you know, stressed out. But it just shows you the kind of inside world of WWE. You know, like before our live shows when we're just kind of like, boom, boom, boom. Mainly, just Michael Cole in the back going, for fuck's sake, sort it fucking out.
You in the back going, for fuck's sake, Dan, sort it out. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
It's WrestleMania.
Yeah, it is WrestleMania. Well, Nia Jax needs knee surgery. She tweeted Friday she was suffering from injuries in both knees and will need surgery for both ACLs.
Well, some of you may or may not know, but I will be out of action for a little while. Unfortunately, I've been pushing through some pain over the last year due to injuries in my knees, and I will be undergoing surgery to repair both my ACLs. I am grateful to everyone who has supported me. Thank you. Yes, a torn ACL is a significant injury for an athlete that usually takes at least 9 months.
At least 12 months.
To return from, although it can take longer in some cases. That may be true for Jack since she has to work her way back from 2 torn ACLs.
2. Well, a 34-year-old had been teamed with Tamina recently, and they were part of the Fatal 4-Way match for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. Next bit of news story. Well,
NXT superstar Dominik Dijakovic. NXT superstar Dominik Dijakovic deletes his Twitter account Thursday after posting an in-character tweet in which he tagged United States President Donald Trump, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Well, Twitter user Mr. Warren Hayes screen grabbed and tweeted Djakovic's tweet before he deleted his account.
According to sources, Djakovic's tweet was born from a gimmick he introduced at Wednesday's NXT television tapings in which he discussed his family immigrating to the United States.
The 31-year-old signed with WWE in 2017 after the successful run in Ring of Honor, but it wasn't until recently he started to be featured heavily on NXT TV.
Most notably, the 6'7" Djakovic fought Keith Lee to a draw in a hard-hitting and competitive match that aired in February.
And he has a ton of potential to be a top heel in NXT and athleticism, and deleting his Twitter account may have been the way of ensuring that public backlash didn't lead to his push being derailed.
And Lashley talks about a possible return to MMA. In an interview with Sky Sports on Thursday, Bobby Lashley discussed possibly taking part in an MMA fight in the near future.
He mentioned in the late summer after SummerSlam was a potential time for his return. He said, I feel great, my body's 100%, so I think maybe the summer after SummerSlam.
He also noted that he wants to have a couple more fights before he retires from the sport.
He also mentioned that he's still under contract with Bellator and pointed to heavyweight champion Ryan Bader as a potential opponent. He said, I'm still under contract at Bellator, so if I go back, we'll give him a call and possibly go after Bader. I don't want to wait too long, this time is ticking.
At 42 years old, Lashley owns a 15-2 professional record in MMA and is a perfect 5-0 in Bellator. He has not fought since Bellator 162 in October 2016 when he beat Josh Appelt by second-round submission.
Probably my favourite news story this week, but it's still very, very serious. Out of nowhere, student arrested for allegedly trying a WWE star Randy Orton's RKO finisher on a teacher.
Who hasn't wanted to RKO their teacher, though? I mean, come on. It's just everyone's dream.
Well, Giannis was arrested and appeared in court this week for attacking his principal at Southridge Senior High School.
A student was... Sosa appeared in Miami-Dade court after the arrest for allegedly trying the wrestling move on head teacher Humberto Meyer.
In a video clip, the student approaches the teacher and puts his arms around the neck of Meyer.
Well, however, he then forces Sosa off before grabbing him and seemingly ushering him into another direction.
Defence attorney Roy Ugarte labelled the arrest report hands down one of the most insane things that he had encountered.
Well, Ugarte protested to Judge Renee Francis during the court hearing, explaining Sosa shouldn't have been arrested.
He said it should have been handled in the four corners of the school like it would have been when I was a child.
He should have got detention and been scolded. He should never have been arrested.
Prosecutors respond suggesting there was physical contact in the move and probably cause for battery he was charged with.
Well, he said, Ugarte said, everyone knows wrestling is fake. It's professional wrestling. We are not talking about Roman Greco wrestling.
Yeah, but still, the RKO is a deadly finisher, so hit it at your own peril.
And can I just have a shout out to Big E as well? He actually managed to do the splits, but he actually tears his knee muscle, and fans think he done it while he was doing the splits. I mean, he was celebrating Kofi Kingston's WWE Championship victory the night before at WrestleMania, but Big E, he tears his knee muscle, and apparently that's what caused it. But fucking fair play to him.
Yeah, I mean, he should only keep him out for about 6 weeks, but he'd be back. AJ Styles is also dealing with a slight injury after WrestleMania. And Daniel Bryan as well. But it's only slightly, should be coming back soon. But obviously after such a big event at Mania, you're going to be feeling it afterwards, aren't you? So that's the end of WrestleMania. Of course, we've had Raw, SmackDown, all the latest news. We've talked about NXT. Final thoughts on Takeover, Dan?
On Takeover, yeah. It was a fucking brilliant event. The NXT after it wasn't so grand, but it was good. I think, you know, hopefully with the impending arrivals and people moving up to take their rightful position on the cards, it should be good going forwards.
It should be good. And talk about going forwards, let's talk about the schedule now. We've built a schedule for the next couple of, what we're doing. Of course, we like to keep everybody up to date. And, of course, our next episode will be the WNR 216. And it will be WWE versus WCW April 99. And that will come out on the 21st of April.
And then we go on to WNR 217, which is WWE Backlash 99. That'll be out on the 24th.
And then WNR 218, which is the WNR, the network review for April. We'll bring that on the 28th of the month as well.
On May the 5th, I think it's the day anniversary.
It is, yeah. May the 4th be with you.
It is the Worlds Collide collaboration.
Yeah, we'll bring you all 4 episodes then. May 12th will be WCW Slamboree.
May 15th will be WWE versus WCW for May.
And May 19th, the WNR for May, the W Network Review. And of course, we'd gone to Raw and SmackDown Live then, so you get our thoughts.
May 26th will be the Money in the Bank special.
Yeah, and it's weird that the next pay-per-view is going to be Money in the Bank. You know what I mean? Like usually with June or July, but there'll be a nice long pay-per-view. And then into June, we'll have WWE versus WCW on the 2nd.
We'll have WNR 225 on Friday.
Yeah. And then Saturday, NXT TakeOver live show on the Saturday.
And on Sunday, it'll be NXT TakeOver on the 9th.
So that will be our next kind of live weekend that we bring you. Again, 3 nights. So we gave you 3 nights in January, 3 nights in April, and we're coming again in June. We'll have the 225, which will be a huge episode. We'll look through the network, that as well. Saturday live for TakeOver, and of course we'll bring you the event on Sunday as well. And then we'll have the WNR for June on the 16th.
And then Backlash pay-per-view will be on the 23rd of June.
And then finally it will be WWE versus WCW. And then after all that, we'll give you the plans heading on towards SummerSlam. So it'll be exciting times on the WNR podcast. Like we say, we are growing and growing. We're working on the website, WNRpodcast.com. We're hoping to be done by August. But there's a plethora of ways to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McDan WWE.
I'm at J_Rollins. We're on Instagram, the WNR Podcast. We're on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. Come and find our page and give us a like with the WWE Network Review Podcast. Or you can come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, WWE Network Review Podcast, where podcasts go up on YouTube at the same time as do other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
Also on Spreaker Radio, where we have our live shows. And iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate and review there. But that is it. Dan, final word on the entire week.
It's been long, it's been exhausting, but we've managed to get through it without any scratches.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I have been James Rollins, and as always, I was joined by
Dan White.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and bye.
Bye.